You're rocking with Dave and Paul, and we have champion versus champion baseball. The 1A state champs, the Hayden Lobos, travel down to Warren Ballpark to take on the 2A state champions, the Bisbee Pumas. As you can see, we've already started action at Warren Ballpark. Dave Davies alongside Paul Corder. Dave, Hayden Lobos, a name we're very familiar with in Cochise County.
Absolutely. The 1A state champs coming down here to Warren Ballpark in Bisbee, Arizona to take on the 2A state champs, and they are 7-1 on the year. Haven't missed a beat. Hayden Lobos looking all the part, and we have lots to talk about here in this broadcast, but right now it's 2-2 to the opening hitter, Rodriguez.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Bryson Meyer is on the mound for the Bisbee Pumas. A panic trying to get all of this settled in. It seems like Facebook is having some technical difficulties, and of course, Dave, with the champs versus champs matchup, why wouldn't they, as Bryson Meyer able to strike out the first hitter.
Arm of fire, Bryson Meyer looking sharp on that hitter. Rodriguez getting set down the leadoff hitter. Again, there's lots to talk about with the Hayden Lobos, but again, with the late start, we will get to that. We're also thanking the people that make this broadcast possible for you.
And there are a lot of them. Thank you as well. Everyone joining us on Cool FM Live, especially from Hayden. Sounds like the audio is working somehow.
Number 2, Darren Smith at the plate.
Audio is working. So far, so good. Dan, don't hesitate to text us and let us know that it goes to crap. That one's going to be a strike at the knee. 0-1 on the outside corner.
Yeah, Bryson Meyer on the bump. You know, Coach Todd Hammond was going to keep his big arm ready for this game of the year.
This one's going to be smacked out to Olivaria. Horacio Olivaria up and over, and that's the second out of the inning for the Bisbee Pumas. The champs of 2A looking very sharp early on, Dave.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to bring up Keno Larona to the plate. This is Coach's nephew. So Keno and Larona, again, we're going to talk a lot about Coach Larona throughout this game, but his nephew coming to the plate, the 3-hole hitter.
Dan, I do hear the audio's a little quiet. If you could just turn that up, that'd be great. 2 outs in the bottom of the top of the first inning. Arm of fire, Bryson Meyer on the mound for the Bisbee Pumas. First one home. That's going to be a breaking ball. That's too tall. 1-0 the count.
Yeah, I like the pitch out of his hand. Just didn't break down into the zone. So good call by Blue. 1-0. I got the face black on and everything. I was ready for this game today.
Yeah, we had a whole intro planned and everything. This one's going to be to right field, and that one's going to just get down. That's Cam Anderson playing right instead of left today, trying to track that one down. The Bisbee Puma designated right fielder.
Yeah, Cam had a jump on it, but just a little too far down outside the right field line for him to get on. But 1-1 to the hitter now.
Mentioned our technical difficulties. Just super happy to have a video stream up at this point, Dave.
Oh, as long as this game got up, I don't care. Game of the year.
Player in the batter's box before we knew that was going to happen. This one's going to be chopped foul. That's going to be 1-2 now the count.
We've been doing games here for 3 years now and never had an issue one time. And then all of a sudden we have the game of the year. I got the face paint on, all that. And no.
Yeah,
but it's fine. We're up and running.
Definitely messing up right now. I'm actually going to watch this on YouTube now.
So,
up on Facebook.
Arm of fire, Bryson Meyer, 1-2 here to Larona. Pitch coming in from Meyer, 1-2.
That one's going to be low and away.
You just do your thing. Are you the play-by-play or you don't play-by-play? So 2-2 here from Meyer. Coming into Larona. Meyer looking to have a perfect first inning. Just misses outside, full count.
CCQ Hammond in the chat says sound is too low. So Dan, I know we got a lot on our plates right now as a broadcasting team, but if we can turn that up.
Could that be on our end? Yeah.
We could turn it up for sure. That's going to be low and away. Inside, Bryson Meyer walks his first hitter. I got it.
So, runner on first. Number 4 coming to the plate for the Hayden Lobos. That's going to be Matthew Armenta, senior. Boy, nothing going right out here. What's going on?
Game of the year. The first time we have a broadcast mess up. That's great.
That's all right. That's all right.
Oh, Meyer checks the runner. If the runner's going to take a huge jump, Martinez still going to throw it down. And that's going to hit the runner at second base. The runner is safe, so now runner's at second in scoring position with 2 away in the top of the first inning.
Yeah, no hesitation from Martinez behind the plate. By the way, Coach Todd just hiding that arm in the cover for the last 2 years. Martinez looks amazing every time he pitches.
You are not wrong. You are not wrong. We said he's got 3.5 million no-hitters. We finally almost got to see one. We want to know from Bryson Meyer, and that's going to be in the dirt. Ball's going to get away. Good block by Martinez. Runner stays put at second. 2-0 the count. 2 away in the top of the first.
Yeah, double play ball no longer in play, so Meyer is going to have to just worry about the hitter at the plate, Armenta.
Don't worry, folks. We'll get all the names and everything set and ready to go. We get here an hour before the game, so we can get everything fixed that might go wrong. And we almost got it in time. 2-0. This one's going to be outside. And no, it catches the outside corner. 2-1. Hayden fans don't like that call. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 out.
It looked good to me. I was wondering what you were seeing. Yeah, I got to move up too. Yeah, I got to do the same thing.
What a time to be alive. Now we got to hold the microphone. There's nothing going right. 2 balls, 1 strike. Meyer set. The windup. This one's at the knees. That's going to be fouled off. 2-2 the count. Everyone in Bisbee, and I think, Dave, you talked to the Hayden coaches before the game. They have to be fired up for this one as well.
Oh, yeah, again, we're going to talk a lot about Coach Larona, but I will tell you how he played here in the 70s.
Really?
His father played here. He is so nostalgic. He's so happy to be back at Warren Ballpark. He thanked us for the privilege, and I said, no, the privilege is ours. So 2-2 here to Armenta. He's going to be dribbled off, foul down the first baseline.
So thank you, everyone who seeked out this stream. I know Facebook's having some difficulties. We can't even find it on Facebook. I'm doing audio checks on YouTube. It looks like, Dave, I don't want to write anything set in stone. I know I keep talking about this. Obviously, this is the only thing fresh in my mind is how hard it was to even start this, but the video hasn't cut out yet.
Yeah, no, so far so good.
I wouldn't say good, but so far so acceptable.
Where's the other project? You try to find it on Facebook.
It's to your right. Oh, no, it's in my pocket. That one has no covers.
2-2 here from Meyer, trying to get out of this top of this first.
Runner in scoring position on second. The pitch home. Breaking ball misses low and inside. Meyer, the only base runner via a walk, threatening to have that happen once again. Back-to-back hitters.
I'm glad you're such a tough guy because I did not bring a hoodie considering it was 75 degrees today, and if it gets cold, I'm in trouble.
I sure did. I sure did get mine over there. I was just about to put it on, too. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Meyer, the pitch. This one's going to be slap foul again, and that's right at my car. Another great job of staying alive from the Hayden Lobos, number 4 hitter.
That's why we park under the tree.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong about that, Dave. That's why I did try to park under the tree. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bryson Meyer, top of the first. A great job out of the 4-hole, making Meyer work and work and work. The pitch home. Misses outside. That's okay. We sound good. Thank you, Danimal. I can hear it all the way from here. Dan the man, everybody. How he can pull this off, I have no idea. Just keep the YouTube up. It's tough. So runners now on first and second for the Hayden Lobos. That's going to bring up their 5-hole hitter. Garner? Why am I handing you coach's handwriting like that's going to be something you can read?
What's the number?
Number 7.
Number 7, Tyler Garner.
Tyler Garner for the Hayden Lobos is early on. Coach Todd Hammett's going to come out to talk to his fireballer, Bryson Meyer, who's lost his last 2 hitters via walk and has just started 1-0 to Gardner.
So while Coach does talk to them, we're going to start trying to thank the people that make this possible. Just a couple of them so I can tell you all about Coach Larona.
Please do.
New sponsor, American Southwest Credit Union, better rates and personalized service. Go to ASCU.org. They are an equal opportunity lender. Also, thank you to Soci. Every pass, every play, every goal with us every step of the way. Go to Soci, that's SOSI.com to learn more about them.
That's on you, brother. You're doing them all.
Right way. Serving all of Cochise County, doing electrical, heating, cooling, and plumbing the right way. Also happy to support our sports broadcast. But yeah, like you said, Bryson Meyer, 2 runners on, 1-0 to the hitter, Tyler Garner.
Thank you for that. You say those first names as loud as you can, Dave, as loud as you absolutely can. So we'll see if Coach Hammett was able to settle down his fireballer, Bryson Meyer. Senior season for Meyer. We're going to miss him.
odd tactic from the Hayden dugout, golf clapping at Bryson-Meyer. Normally, they're pretty loud, but they're just golf clapping over there in unison.
That ball misses low. It's going to be 2-0 now the count. 2 away. Bryson-Meyer in danger as he falls behind 2 pitches of losing another hitter via a walk.
Don't be jinxing Bryson-Meyer. It's Bisbee Day.
That one's going to be low and away. Martinez throws down. They're going to get him. A base running air bails out the Bisbee Pumas. Brian Martinez, the catcher for the Pumas, guns him down. I'll tell you, Dave, the catchers in Cochise County, Brian Martinez, no exception.
Oh, that was an amazing play. And is it game of the year? Is it game of the year? The Bisbee fans are extra loud behind us. A lot of Hayden fans in the house over to our right as well.
Oh, we got a great crowd tonight. You go ahead and thank some of the people that make this possible. Try to get them all in.
Let me thank Allo Fiber. You do a home team for phone, television, and internet. Go to allofiber.com to learn the difference. Thanks to Ginger's Titles, located at 999 East Side Boulevard, the one with the iconic pink door. Now open Saturdays 9 to 2. Thanks to Grasshopper Landscaping, quality from the ground up, serving all of Cochise County. You can find them on Facebook. Thanks to the Copper Queen Community Hospital. Make an appointment with a physical therapy doctor today, 520-432-6435. Thanks to BARNETT'S Towing and BARNETT'S Propane, serving our community since 1963. Thanks to Sarah EHTELL at Long Realty, your hometown realtors. Give them a call, 717-599-2439. Thanks to Ed MORSE Automotive Group. Get your next new or used vehicle at any one of their Sierra Vista locations. And thank you to SSVEC for serving our community. But now that we've gotten through that one, got through the order one time. So again, the Hayden Lobos are coached by a gentleman named Coach Larona. Coach Larona is a very good friend of Coach Todd Hammond. When Coach Todd won the state title in 2008, the first phone call he got was from Coach Larona. That's how far back they go. Coach Larona got sick with cancer and was out of the game for some time. Finally got healthy and was able to rejoin the Hayden Lobos. So coming off a defending state title, Coach Larona's father won 4 state titles for the Hayden Lobos. Coach Larona's brother coaches for Florence. His cousin coaches in Miami. It is a baseball family. Coach Larona also has 3 titles of his own as a player for the Hayden Lobos. So storied tradition, storied family over there for Hayden. So again, all respect. We might be Bisbee out, but nothing but respect for Hayden Lobos coming in here to take on our Bisbee Pumas, who will be led off by number 0. He's here. He's there. He's every freaking where. Sebastian Lopez.
That I haven't put all the scores in for everything. Actually, I forgot who struck out and who didn't strike out. Doesn't matter. But we are ready to go at Warren Ballpark. Only took us a half inning. Did Bryson strike out the first hitter? Do you remember?
No, he just got him to ground out to Ross.
That was the second hitter.
Yes, he did strike out the first hitter.
All right, thank you for that. That will bring up Sebastian Lopez for the Bisbee Pumas.
I already said that.
I know. I could say it too.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Sebastian Lopez followed by Horacio Olivaria. And it's not going to be Bryson Meyer in the 3-hole. Bryson's starting to hit cleanup for the Bisbee Pumas. It's actually going to be sophomore superstar Jackson Alvarez in the 3-hole.
I just noticed that.
Something I noticed last time I broadcasted the Pumas, and it worked very well. Remember, they talk about getting that offense going, and this is one of the things they thought could do it. This one's going to be on the outside corner at the knees. Strike 1 to Sebastian Lopez.
As I like to point out that Coach Todd Hammond in preseason told us famously, Sebastian Lopez is in scoring position when he enters the box.
So this one's going to be a high fly ball to right field. Looks like the right fielder has a good beat on it. And that will be the first out of the inning for the Bisbee Pumas. Paul Gaither for the Hayden Lobos putting that one away. And that's something I've seen Sebastian do quite a few times, Dave. A lot of soft, lazy pop-ups.
Yeah, he does. He has been a couple more pop-up outs that I would care for. You gotta, with your speed, you should be putting the ball on the ground. But here he comes.
That happens when you add power.
Ross Olivaria.
Sebastian Lopez, 2 out-of-the-park home runs. He's added power into his game. Sometimes you get caught dropping back. As that one's going to be out the outside corner. Strike 1 to Ross. Sorry about that.
Was that you? Of course it was.
Can't spill this water, so something's got to knock over. The second pitch home, that one's going to be a breaking ball. That's going to miss high and outside. 1-1 to Ross.
Yeah, best eye in the game, Ross Olivaria.
Ain't that the truth?
So 1-1 coming in here.
The pitch. Ross is going to let that one go by just a little bit low. So missing at the knees, and that's going to be 2-1 now to Ross.
And if we didn't mention on the bump tonight, number 9, J.J. Manriquez.
We did not. Thank you for pointing that out. Ross is going to look at that one. Now, Ross, we jokingly talk about, Dave, but there's truth to it. Ross Olivaria, since midway point of last year, has been the hottest hitter in all of Arizona. He's still got that eye, though, sharp as a tack.
Again, he doesn't make mistakes. He just fixes them. So if this ball's over the plate, expect a green light for Ross.
3-1 the count. Ross does get the green light and fouls that one away. Strike either which way. 3-2 the count. One away in the bottom of the first.
Good pitch by JJ. Had Ross a little fooled on that. Ross knows exactly what he was looking for. It was just slightly ahead of it.
Oh, man. I'll tell you, some nights.
Hey, streak's still up.
Still up, but how does it look? We don't know. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That one's going to miss. Oh, they ring him up. The slider catching just the outside corner. Fans don't like that one. That's going to be the second out of the inning. If I had a nickel for every time you didn't like a call, Dave, I'd be a trillionaire by now. I think you might have a gripe with that one. That's going to bring up Jackson Alvarez for the Bisbee Pumas. And one thing we've noticed on both strike zone, umpires calling outside strikes. You got to adjust if you're a hitter.
Nobody loved the eye black on my face more than Jackson Alvarez. He was thrilled.
How funny.
You know, it's why we get here so early. Part of the fun is walking through the dugouts and the locker rooms and hanging out with the kids and the coaches, getting to meet Coach Lorona.
This one's going to be right over Jackson's head. 1-1 the count now.
He tried to decap his Tata. Jackson's already taken one in the grill this year. Let's go ahead and keep it at 1.
Yeah, still a little bit choppy, but whatever, as long as the stream's up, right, Dave? 1-1 the count home to Jackson. That one's going to be outside, no question about that. 2-1 the count.
There's a comment from Dan Powers way over there. I should probably go look at that.
Especially considering that is, it's probably just the what he texted us. 2 balls, 1 strike, home to Jackson. This one's across the plate, and that's going to be fouled all the way back. 2 balls, 1 strike. Just leave it. Just leave it. Just absolutely leave it. Everything is in frame. We are good. We are good to go. This is going to be as good as it gets.
That's what the comment was.
I'll
So
go.
2-2 here to Superstar. Oh, excuse me, Stud.
Jackson is going to swing at that one, foul it off to staying alive. This is good from Jackson. First 2 hitters go down without too much of a battle, and Jackson's just going to try to make JJ work on the mound right now.
And by the way, happy first day of spring out there, folks.
Is it?
Beautiful. Today's officially the first day of spring.
Sun's almost down. Don't count your chickens before they hatch,
Oh,
brother.
I was gonna say, it was a gorgeous day today, 76 degrees.
Jackson gets a great pitch over the plate to lay off of. Now 3-2 the count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first.
You know what? I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, again, I don't ever argue with anything that Coach Todd Hammond does. I love moving Jackson into the 3-hole and putting Bryson at 4. I love that move. It seems logical, like it should have already happened.
Yeah, just trying to get Bryson a Grand Slam opportunity. You know, he's done about everything he can. Won 2A State Player of the Year last year.
Even though Bryson's been a model of efficiency this year.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Jackson looks at that one in the dirt, and that's going to be the first base runner for the Bisbee Pumas. Just like the top half of the inning, Dave, the 3-hole hitter working a walk, and that's going to bring up another pitcher-on-pitcher matchup. Bryson Meyer coming to the plate.
Again, as the wind has calmed down, spring has arrived. So home run conditions here at Warren Ballpark in Bisbee, Arizona. Coach Todd instructing Bryson, he's like, don't hit it too far. We need the ball back. So when you do hit the home run, try to keep it in the state.
Well, I think when you have a hitter like Bryson Meyer and he hasn't got the power numbers that he had last year early on in the season, it's just trying to calm him down, just swing level. All you can do is put good contact in the ball. There's nothing you can do aside from swinging a good fundamental swing that's going to put that ball over the fence.
Well, his efficiency numbers have been off the charts.
First pitch to Bryson Meyer, catches the outside corner, 0-1.
Like, he's a really good contact this year, a lot of walks. Bryson Meyer finding himself on base a lot. Well, yeah, that's what happens when you have that bullseye. You don't get those pitches to hit.
This one's going to be fouled away, 0-2 quickly to the Bisbee Puma 2A reigning player of the year.
Yeah, Meyer getting behind 0-2 quickly to JJ.
I am so surprised the mic still worked. This was my big worry, is that we'd be standing up either way and doing our old school. That's a walking lead from Jackson Alvarez. Good job from Hayden communicating. He's going to get back, but that was close to being picked off.
Manriquez with a good pickoff move there. He's going to, again, everybody knows about the Bisbee Pumas base running prowess. So just letting him know early, that ain't going to fly. But it doesn't matter because Jackson goes anyways to steal second.
And that's going to be thrown out.
Gunned down. Jackson also both 2 runners, a runner on each side getting gunned down to end an inning.
Yeah,
so nothing in the top of the second.
For the final out of the inning, I don't mind that from Jackson. Bryson's down 0-2. It is a little bit of a risky gamble. The Hayden Lobos, Dave, defending 1A state champions, they're not going to make some of the mistakes that maybe the Pumas are accustomed to seeing out of maybe our 2A contemporaries in Southeast Arizona.
No, that's a very good observation. We've been seeing a lot of errors early in this year for some of our teams, and you're not going to see that as a 1A defending state champion. You don't win state titles by being mediocre.
That's going to bring Bryson Meyer back out to pitch for the Bisbee Pumas. More people showing up here to Warren Ballpark.
I'm just worried about that cord hanging right there. It's driving me insane.
You're fine.
Somebody's foot is going to catch that cord.
Thanks some of the people to make this broadcast possible.
I will. I'll thank Silver Spring Valley Electric Cooperative for serving our community. Also thank the MORSE Automotive Group, formerly the Lolly Automotive Group, trying to create the best vehicle experience, buying experience possible. Get your next new or used vehicle at any one of their Sierra Vista locations. Also thank you to Sherry Ethelstein of Long Realty, your hometown realtors. If you're in the market to buy or sell your home, give them a call. 717-599-2439. And thanks to BARNETT'S Towing and BARNETT'S Propane, serving our community since 1963.
I got you, Dan.
We've done what can be done, and all we can do is hope that nobody kicks that cord out. Hit that post.
Also, thank you to Synergy Home Care of Sierra Vista, providing non-medical home care all across COCHISE and Santa Cruz County. Call them today, 520-685-1035. Dave, I think they expand into Graham County soon enough.
I heard. I got to write that one on my list. But yeah, you said Arm of Fire, Bryson Meyer coming back up in the top of the second. Nothing game. I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to have a defensive battle here in Bisbee, Arizona. This is going to be a tightly contested affair.
We shall see. We shall see base running errors get both pitchers out of the first inning. We go in now, thank you, to the top of the second inning. Bryson Meyer was a little bit shaky on the mound before Brian Martinez gunned down that runner. We'll see if he settled down a little bit. It's just baseball.
Oh, Bryson's been under the brightest of lights. I'm sure he'll settle down just fine.
And he started the game off great, getting 2 immediate outs. This one's going to be low and inside, 1-0.
Hitter at the plate, back up at the plate, Tyler Garner, after that throw out at first by Martinez. So Tyler already got to see Bryson once to see what he does on his second attempt.
It's a very good point. This one's going to miss outside, 2-0 the count.
Yeah, Meyer not with that pinpoint precision control that we're used to seeing.
Two balls, no strikes. Meyer set, ready to go. This one's going to catch. That's going to be shot down the first base line, but does get foul. 2-1 the count.
And Meyer needed that strike. Didn't want to fall behind 3-0. So Gardner trying to figure out the speed of Bryson Meyer. The location isn't quite there, but the speed's always going to be there. That high 80s, low 90s velocity out of the arm of Bryson Meyer.
2 balls, 1 strike. Bryson Meyer, this one's going to be outside, 3-1 the count. He shakes his head. Meyer feeling it right now. This is the danger, Dave. We're both golfers, but golf and baseball have a lot of correlations, and when you start pressing, things just go south.
Yeah, that's when you just go back to mechanics and deliver a rocket ball
just like that. Nice two-seamer from Bryson. Like you said, high 80s on that one. Didn't throw it with the full effect. Really trying to place it, and he does so on the outside corner.
Full count. Let's see if Meyer can go ahead and get that sit-down pitch.
3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. The pitch on the outside corner, right back to Bryson to get through, and it gets underneath Hunter Wright. We're going to have our first base hit of the ball game. Hayden Lobos, Tyler Garner leading us off with a single in the top of the second inning.
Tyler Garner, a junior. I also see a number 10, Ryan Garner, in this lineup. His young, a sophomore. I'm assuming they're all of relation.
Small communities in Arizona. Good assumption.
So pitcher J.J. Manriquez up to the plate for his first time for some pitcher-on-pitcher action here.
Yeah, first time we get to see him on this side of the mound. He will be facing Bryson in the bottom of the second inning when the Bisbee Pumas do come up to bat. First pitch home to J.J. Never mind. Pickoff move, and that one's going to get away. Olivaria is going to chase it down, but Gardner's going to find himself on second base. Nobody out. Runner in scoring position for the Hayden Lobos.
Yeah, they are in good position to put a run on the board now with no outs here in the top of the second. So Myers really going to have to settle down. For some reason, just not looking like the sharpest version of himself so far.
Oh, man. Just can't get over the game of the year is the first time we're going to have a bad video broadcast. It's crazy.
Fine, we have Dan the Man.
Yeah, thank goodness we have Dan the Man. It's 4K graphics with 360p resolution. The bunt is going to be pulled back, and that's going to miss low. 1-0 the count.
We have done worse broadcasts, I assure you.
Not this year. It's the J.J. Manriquez. We'll see if Bryston can't get back into this ball game. He's thrown a lot of balls in the early going.
Angle, not like on the first baseline.
The 1-0 home to Manriquez. It's going to miss outside. 2-0.
That's been called a strike a couple times, so he's being kind of selective on when that's a strike and when that's not a strike.
That pitch way outside. 2-0 the count.
Ross got that same strike call on the other side of the
It
plate.
was much closer than that, the strike call. 2 balls, no strikes. Bryston Meyer gets that one on the outside corner. 2-1 the count.
And again, it's something we always point out when we're in Bisbee for these night games. What could be a factor for the Hayden Lobos, again, Bisbee has lights at their ballpark. You don't see that at 1A and 2A ballparks.
Not even
so
5A.
So you'll see if the lights are any kind of a factor for Hayden. It's a different kind of seeing the ball.
The bunt's going to be, did he pull it back in time? It looks like he did. Might be 3-1. We don't have a call from the umpire, and the runner,
I thought it hit him.
as the ball goes past, 3-1 the count. But if he didn't pull the bunt back, if he didn't pull the bunt back, it doesn't matter if you hit him or not.
Oh, the Bisbee fans.
Okay, there we go. 2-2 the count as they got that one right.
Bisbee fans are top form tonight.
I was with you, Dave. I thought that he didn't pull the bunt back, and it did hit him. And because of that, he knew that JJ knew that he didn't pull the bunt back. So now we have 2-2. Nobody out. Runner on third, just 90 feet away for our first run of the ball game. Bryson's going to step off. Two and two. The pitch. That one on the outside corner is going to be slapped to right field, but that's just going to drift foul, so we'll do the 2-2 again.
All right, we do have some comments here. We're making our best to provide the best broadcast for you possible. Again, Facebook and the internet did not want to agree with us today, so we're doing our best to make this broadcast the best we can.
The only phone that worked, the one that I despise, the iPhone. So there we go. But 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runner on third for the Hayden Lobos.
Yeah, when my phone doesn't work, my phone's always like the last case scenario, and even that one didn't work.
That was crazy. What a time to be alive, right? As the national anthem ended, we got to stream up. That one on the outside corner, strike 3. Ring him up and sit him down. The second strikeout for Bryson Meyer. 1 away. Still a runner on third for the Lobos.
If your car isn't running, call Bryson Meyer because he has some gas for it with that strikeout pitch.
So this is going to bring up the third baseman for the Hayden Lobos, Waddle, number 44, if anyone from Hayden knows his first name. Appreciate that one.
But I have to hold the microphone.
It's
just a hardcore broadcast.
No? You just got to make sure your mouth is always on the mic. There's no 40.
Alejandro Waddle.
Oh, there's a second page. Thank you for that. I only had the first one.
First pitch into Alejandro bunt.
That's going to be foul, so strike 1. Man, all this could have been taken care of if we weren't sitting here panicking, throwing our phones on the ground on concrete and breaking them because of the frustration. No balls, 1 strike in the top of the second inning. Hayden Lobos trying to bring that runner home from third base. Bryson Meyer starting to settle in a little bit. Welcome to my world, brother. That one's going to be too tall. 1-1 the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dan the Man, the number that is set first is the ball. Because I was going to make sure the audio is still here. You said you're getting distracted. 1 ball, 1 strike. This one's going to be fouled away right at us. Hopefully the camera's okay. And the stream's still good. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Meyer trying to get himself out of this jam.
I'm confident that the young man has the ability to do so. Such a chatbot.
It's not chat. I'm just listening to it. I don't have my headphones in because my phone is on it. My audio check phone is doing our camera tonight. This one low and away. 2-2 the count.
Again, the fans are on extra form tonight, so they expected a strikeout with that pitch on the low corner. Didn't get it.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Good breaking ball from Meyer. This is going to get the run home, and it's going to be Javi Montiel coming over and making the out. But that's our first run of the ball game. Lobos strike first in the top of the second inning. 1-0 your score.
Yeah, first chink in the armor for the Bisbee Pumas. They won their last game by shutout fashion, 10-0 over the Valley Union Blue Devils. So going to have to face a little bit of adversity here with number 16 Javier Ortega coming to the plate.
First baseman for the Lobos. Base is clear now. Bryson Meyer can focus solely on the hitter. Good piece of hitting. Just put that one in the middle of the infield and try to drive the run home, and that's exactly what happened. This one's going to be low. 1-0 the count.
Little low, little low, little low. Bryson Meyer threw a ball.
The great news about our video feed, Dave, is when it's still images, the mountains still look gorgeous in the background.
Yeah, it does.
That one on the inside corner, 1-1 now.
That was more the location that we expect to see out of Bryson Meyer. He absolutely painted that pitch. A Rembrandt, if you will.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. Pumas trying to get out of this second inning, just down 1. That one's going to be at the shins, 2-1 the count.
Yeah, that one did miss just a little low. I'm going to go ahead and agree with Blue on that one.
Well, all the ones he's called balls have been balls, so I'll just go ahead and tell you right now. I understand your strike concerns.
I'm here to paint some entertainment.
2 balls, 1 strike. This one's going to be in the dirt, 3-1 the count.
Barely missed on that one.
See, that's how you get me not making fun of you. You beat me to the punch. I was going to say, is that a straight? Oh, we have fun here at Warren Ballpark. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 away.
My favorite place to be.
This one on the inside corner is going to be chopped right back to Meyer. Can he make the play? Ball gets away, and that's going to be an infield single, and Preston Meyer throws the ball away into right field, but good job from right fielder Cam Anderson backing that one up. Runner does stay at first. Ortega, Dave, you think they're fired up there at Hayden?
Yeah, a little bit, but that was nothing more than frustration out of Bryson Meyer. Unable to cleanly field the ball, and he threw it. He knew he wasn't going to catch him, threw it anyways, and fired it about 20 feet over the head of Ross.
It's going to bring up
He's got to just settle down a little bit.
Paul Gaither for the Hayden Lobos, the right fielder.
He's got to just say, yeah, and Coach Shaw knows exactly what I know. He's just got to settle down out there.
Yeah, and I think when Coach Todd Hammond comes out to the mound right now, he's going to ask him why he even threw that ball. That could have been disastrous. Now, as a pitcher, some things don't go your way. That was a very good pitch. Got a nice, soft, easy grounder. Bryson looked like he lost the ball and didn't get off the bump in time to make that play. But either which way, you saw the ball slicing away. That was going to be a tough play to make either which way. No need to compound a problem by giving up a double on an infield single. Luckily, again, Cam Anderson for the Bisbee Pumas in right field. Awareness to come over and back that one up.
Well, I'll just say it. I always just call it like I see it. In the 3 years of watching Bryson Meyer, even when he was down 4-0 to Benson in the state semifinals, he never really seemed rattled. And he's seemed rattled since this game started. Like, I'm not sure what's going on today. Just not quite the same Bryson Meyer that we're used to seeing.
Folks, don't hesitate to jump into our Cool FM Live chat as we finally settled in and can do a proper stream for you here. Let us know who you're cheering for and where you're cheering from. I know all the Lobo fans and coaches were asking us where we could find the stream. This one's going to be outside. That was a big fastball from Meyer. I think the frustration's still there. 1-0 the count.
Yeah, again, he wasn't a location way off on that one to Gaither.
And he looked like he reared up to throw that one with a little bit of extra oomph.
You need to be careful with that in case you accidentally put it the wrong way. He'd kill somebody.
Looks like my driver when I try to put a little extra oomph. Left fairway. That's why I only do it on certain holes.
Beautiful round of golf played out there today, the first day of spring.
You're not wrong. 1-0 the count. That's a great pitch for Meyer's slider. Nice tight slider. Stays on the outside corner. 1-1 the count.
Yeah, that was a beautiful pitch. But the Hayden Lobos, our damage already done. 1-0 on the board already. Looking to add to it here in the top of the second.
The 1-1 home. That's another good pitch, but this one's going to be squared away into center field. Sebastian Lopez on it. Runner's going to stay put at second. They know the arm and the range of Lopez, but here we go again. Runners on first and second with 2 away in the second consecutive inning for the Hayden Lobos.
And back to the leadoff hitter, Jordan Rodriguez. So Bisbee on their back foot right now. Exactly what we thought the 1A state champ would come in here and possibly do to the Pumas is put them on their heels.
That's a big game. We have every Cochise County media member out for this one right now. Everyone knew what was going on today for this ball game, and right now we might have a pinch runner coming for the Lobos, or something's going on. Maybe the lineup cards aren't saying. No, it is going to be a pinch runner for Hayden Lobos.
Yeah, Javier Aguirre going to second base now to pinch run. But
Javier Ortega coming off. Ortega, the first baseman I have in my book. Yeah, and catcher is on deck. Darren Smith for the Hayden Lobos, so that's interesting.
yeah.
I wonder how many of those you get.
I'm not going to question Coach Lorona at all. The guy is a freaking Arizona baseball legend.
Oh, nothing but respect out of the Bisbee coaches. You touched on it a little bit, Dave, and Coach Todd Hammett and Adrian Borquez were telling me what a buzzsaw this team was all the way up into the 90s. And looks, you can just ask our fans in St. David, Hayden Lobos still that buzzsaw.
Well, all the way up to the 90s, they just won the title last year. But like I said, Coach Lorona's father won 4 state titles for Hayden. He won 3 himself.
I should have said through the 90s, sorry.
But yeah, I mean, a storied culture for the Hayden Lobos.
No balls, 1 strike home. Meyer, the breaking ball. This one's going to be a high fly ball. Does it get down? Cam Anderson and Lopez chasing. Cam Anderson going to put that one away. So tense moments. Dave, I love your saying. Baseball is hours of boredom and seconds of sheer terror, and that terror now subsided. Pumas going into the bottom of the second, only down 1.
I was going to say, you took the words right out of my mouth. The Bisbee Pumas lucky right now to only be down 1. I'll say it after that inning. That could have been a lot worse. So Bisbee only getting out of that down 1-0, going into the bottom of the second. You're going to try to get some of it back.
People forget how mental athletics competitions are, and especially we're talking about baseball, the thinking man's game, and confidence plays an enormous part in your performance.
Yeah, absolutely. In between innings, please allow me to thank the Copper Queen Community Hospital. They have physical therapy departments open in Bisbee, Hereford, and Douglas, providing the highest level of patient care. So give them a call, 520-432-6435.
Thank you to Grasshopper Landscaping. Quality from the ground up. Contact Grasshopper now as they service all of Cochise County, including with pool cleaning services. You can visit them on Facebook or Google Grasshopper Landscaping.
They serve all of Cochise County and Dave's house. And thanks to Ginger's Title Services of Sierra Vista, located at 999 East Fry Boulevard, the one with the pink door, now open Saturdays 9 to 2.
Shout out to Brendan Cruz Pinkert in the chat, says, let's go Lobos.
There we go. Some Hayden fans have shown up.
Brenadine. Oh, I said Brenda. Brenadine. When the Lobos come down and take on St. David or Valley Union, I promise you, we will not have this streaming issues.
The first time.
It's better. Trust me, it gets better.
The first time in 3 years at Warren Ballpark that we've had these issues. Oh, what's up?
Well, how about that? There's Mr. Bonnie's Diego Chavez supporting his father, Mike Chavez, coach for the Bisbee Pumas.
Glad to see Diego in the house. Our original favorite son.
Before we made contact with anyone on the Bisbee Pumas or any coach, umpire, athlete, on any team, we were up in Phoenix, Arizona, and we were right next to the Bisbee Pumas bench. And Diego Chavez, the Bisbee Pumas had a game where it wasn't going their way. And Diego, where he got the Bodies nickname, Dave, started yelling, I want bodies! I want bodies!
Yeah, terrifying. They were down like 24 in that game, and it didn't stop Diego from lighting his teammates up. I'm sure Bryson Meyer still wakes up in the middle of the night. I'll get you the bodies. I'll get it for you. But speaking of big bombs, Bryson Meyer, here he comes.
There you go. Great segue. Bryson Meyer now gets a pitch to hit, rips it over to third. Oh, ball's going to be in and out of the glove can. Meyer beat it out. The throw down. Safe, but only just. Bryson Meyer, we're going to count that one an infield single. That would have been a tough play either way. But I'll tell you, over at third base for the Hayden Lobos, Alejandro Waddle flashing the leather on that one.
He almost got him after bumbling the ball. He still almost got Bryson. Bryson's not slow. But here comes the Hunter. Hunty, right. I know how much you love that nickname.
I absolutely do not love that nickname, and the Hunter's back
the
up to
fans
the plate.
behind you are going to start yelling it.
They're going to throw this one down. Bryston does get back. Shout out Stacy Flores right in front of us.
With the nachos.
Best nachos. I don't like nachos. You know I hate nachos. And the ones at Warren Ballpark are amazing. That one's going to catch the outside corner. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to Hunter Wright.
If you are making your way down to the ballpark while watching Cool FM, the class of 2025 Bisbee Pumas are in the snack shack serving up those nachos. Go support them.
This one's going to be outside and low. Bryson Meyer might be caught. No, just gets back. Bryson Meyer's got to be a little more alert. The Hayden Lobos, Dave, state champions, they know how to get cheap outs.
No, the Hayden fans are sitting right there, and they're like, wait a minute, Blue. That looked a little closer than you may have thought. 1 ball, 1 strike. He was back for sure. Oh, I thought so, but the Hayden fans disagreed.
Pickoff move there one more time by J.J. How do you say it? Manriquez? There we go. J.J. Manriquez. Bryson Meyer, not the stolen base threat that Lopez is, but they're definitely paying him some respects.
Oh, Meyer's been stealing bases this year.
This one's going to be chopped up the middle. This could be a double play. 6 unassisted to the 3 and a double play for the Hayden Lobos. All just like that, 2 outs.
And that's why this is the game of the year. When you're taking on the defending, I don't care if you're 1A, 5A, I don't care. When you're taking on the champs, you're going to get the champ. 7-1 on the year, looking to make it 8-1 against the defending 2A state champion Bisbee Pumas.
It's going to bring up Javi Montiel. Where's Emilio Mendez?
He was here. I was already hanging out with him.
That one's going to be on the outside corner, 0-1 to Javi.
Oh, he's around here somewhere. I've seen him.
Yeah, anytime Javi's up, you hear, let's go, Javi, from Emilio, who's generally working. Also, assistant coach for the Bisbee Pumas. Javi slaps this one down, but that's going to get foul. Oh, no balls and 2 strikes to the Bisbee Puma third baseman.
They are still undefeated, but they did tie today against Hayden, so they're 4-0-1 is the JV team. They didn't have time to finish the inning that they were in the middle of. So,
had plenty of time.
Well, it was called from higher than them to say we're done.
No kidding, right? No balls, 2 strikes to Javi. Manriquez on the mound. The high fastball is going to sit him down. And that's going to be an unorthodox 1-2-3 innings for the Bisbee Pumas. That's the second strikeout for Manriquez. We go into the top of the third. Lobos up 1-0.
No perfect game or no hitter, but that is 6 up, 6 down for the Hayden Lobos. So defense not a problem for the defending 1A state champions and Coach Lerona.
Well, that one could be scored in air, so it could be a no hitter. The chopper down to third base, but semantics at that point.
Please allow me to thank Allo Fiber, your new home team for phone, television, and internet. Go to allofiber.com to learn where it'll be installed in your area.
Not quite behind the Mall of Sierra Vista just yet, Dave. Sad to report that.
We're gonna use some Allo Fiber tonight.
Also, I'd like to thank Right Way, now serving Sierra Vista and Cochise County, providing heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical services. We will be working hard to ensure your trust the right way. We are happy to support our Bisbee Puma broadcast.
So Bryson Meyer back on the mound, down 1-0. But like we said, after the top of the second, it could have been worse than that. So let's see if Bryson can settle it down and start showing the form that we know he has, the reigning 2A player of the year.
Martinez is set. You're absolutely right, Dave. The Lobos got a lot of base runners. I think you mentioned it a couple times. Fortunate just to be down 1, the Bisbee Pumas. See if they can't come back in this ball game. It starts with that arm of fire on the mound, Bryson Meyer.
What up, Mr. Alvarez?
Warm-up still happening for the Bisbee Pumas. Coach and umpire talking from Hayden Lobos and the umpire, and that's going to be it. Dan, go ahead and run the graphics off because that was the last warm-up pitch, and we are set and ready to go. We are going to be led off by catcher Darren Smith for the Hayden Lobos.
His second plate appearance of the game. So now in their second time through the lineup, they're going to have a little more of an idea of what Bryson's trying to do out there.
It's just all about location right now for Bryson Meyer. Got to remember your fundamentals. First pitch home. There's one of them. 0-1 the count.
Pitching is like Sherry Ethel real estate. Location, location, location.
0-1 now from Bryston. This one's going to be slapped down to third base and
Ooh.
foul right at coach. Almost made the play. 0-2 the count.
Yeah, these coaches with their bare hands are psychopaths, I tell you.
Do we have some more comments? Oh, look at that. Every time you push the button, the comments go away.
You got to say,
It's all good. Who cares?
I'll fix it.
That one, good slider, but a great job by Smith not offering at that one. 1-2 the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Dan the man at home. Always start with balls when you do the numbers. 1 balls, then strikes.
And for the audio issues at home, my microphone keeps falling down in front of me. So that's just so you're aware of what's going on out there.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Meyer, good cut fastball. This one's going to be up to Montiel at third. Javi up with it and over, but Ross Olivaria. Nothing going right for the Pumas. Ross drops that one at first.
Not wrong, that is. Well, the regular one looks okay, but yeah, whatever. We're going. We're up.
What?
Nothing. So Kino Larona back to the plate, the 3-hole hitter. Again, Coach Larona's nephew. As I point out, a baseball-rich family in the state of Arizona.
Meyer gets Smith back. Gorgeous night here at Warren Ballpark.
Yeah,
Top of the
is.
third inning. Nobody out. Runner on first. Be in the air. Meyer on the bump. Set from the stretch. This one's going to be in the dirt. Good block by Brian Martinez behind the plate. 1-0 the count.
Martinez so sharp behind the plate. If it wasn't for that other kid in Tombstone, Martinez would be the best available. But DJ is so gosh darn good behind the plate.
And we got a lot of them. Meyer's going to look Smith back right now, and Darren Smith has a short lead. And I have to agree with the fans behind us. Darren Smith looks like he doesn't want to go anywhere.
You know, it's funny, in that Ray game, when DJ went back behind the plate and threw out our guy right away at third base, and I'm like, that's why he's the best catcher.
Ball's going to be in the dirt. Martinez blocks it. Smith trying to go down to
Nice
second.
throw.
They get him out. What a play from Brian Martinez. Celebrates, and Jackson Alvarez slaps the tag down. Our first out of the inning. Still 2 balls and no strikes home to the Hayden Lobos. Kino Larona.
More impressively, Brian Martinez jumping from his knees to his feet in one singular motion. Oh, to be young again.
That's the first out of the top half of the inning.
Man, that's how you show off after a gun like that.
And 2 balls, no strikes. Larona with the advantage. Bryson Myers getting some great help from Brian Martinez behind the plate to get these runners out. And that's going to be a shot to center field. Sebastian Lopez on his horse. He's back and at the warning track. Sebastian Lopez only just able to make that play.
That's why you put the speed of Lopez in center field.
Facts.
As we've been saying for years, 83% of the world is covered by water. The other 17% covered by Lopez.
It's going to bring our cleanup hitter, the left fielder, number 4.
Let's see here. Matthew Armenta.
Thought I had all the names down. Matthew Armenta now for the Hayden Lobos, the first base runner for the Lobos in the top of the first as he walked and stole a base. I mean, top of the first. We'll get there.
But this is more.
My mind's settling in.
This is more the kind of inning Meyer was looking for. He settled down, Bryson, and here comes Fireball first pitch.
Good breaking. Ball's going to catch the outside corner. 0-1 the count.
So it was the opposite of what I said. Can't always be right.
0-1 now from Meyer to Armenta. Matthew Armenta. Looks at that one too tall. 1-1 the count. Bryson Meyer revving up on that fastball, just not able to locate it just yet. It is the third inning. He's got a few innings to play with to find his form. But halfway through the ball game, you'd like to see him start to make progress towards that. The 1-1 home. That one's going to be inside, just misses. 2 balls, 1 strike now the count to Armenta.
Players get hit in baseball games, but it's always different when Meyer hits them. You're like, oh, God. Like, don't kill him. And he throws the ball so hard.
Let's talk about Brian Martinez real quick, Dave. 2 putouts, caught stealing and a pickoff.
I can talk about Brian Martinez all day.
2-1 home. That does catch at the knees. 2-2 the count now.
I thought he was going to slow roll us into a ball, but yes, good pitch by Arma Fire.
You can kind of just tell. There's no way that was a ball. Like you said, especially with how wide the strike zone is tonight. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one's going to be in the dirt. So Meyer losing the slider outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count, 2 away in the top of the third inning. Still just 1-0 Lobos.
That's why you throw a slider on 2-2, because if it does get away from you, it's still a chasing kind of a pitch, where he might have fooled it. It's coming.
Full count. The fastball right by him. That's more like it. And if you're a Bisbee Puma fan, Dave, you love to see that. Bryson Meyer using that fastball to get the strikeout.
Oh, absolutely. Bryson Meyer with the sit-down pitch. So they're going to go into the bottom of the third, down 1-0. Let's see if we can get that offense going against this tricky Hayden defense.
Brian Martinez, the aforementioned Brian Martinez, will lead the Bisbee Pumas off in the bottom of the third, followed by Ryan Rutherford and Ivan Ibarra.
Ivan Ibarra, glad to see him back in the lineup. He's had his moments this year. In between innings, please allow me to thank Sosi. Every play, every pass, every goal. Sosi with us every step of the way. Go to SOSI.com.
You saw the video too, huh? I was like, oh, I've been saying SOSI this whole time. But also thank you to American Southwest Credit Union. Tonight's game is sponsored by ASCU. Serving all of Southern Arizona. If you live, work, or worship here, you may be eligible to join. Experience better rates and personalized service at ASCU.org. Equal opportunity lender.
There, now my stress level can drop from an 8 to a 3. There we go. Now you got to be really blatant to do that. But yeah, Bisbee Pumas down 1-0 going into the bottom of the third inning.
Turn down Porquet.
Packed ballpark here tonight at Warren Ballpark, Bisbee, Arizona, the land of dandies and dreamers. The oldest active baseball field in the country. And that's why Coach Larona he was just, I cannot tell you how thrilled he was to be back in this ballpark. He said he used to play here in the 70s.
Wow.
And he was almost like misty-eyed to be back here, like same way I am every time I come here.
Oh, for sure. I agree with that. And, you know, I told you I was watching some COCHISE College Apache baseball, currently ranked number 20 in the nation. And the team they were playing was down from Canada, and one of the person that was sitting there watching with him just kept talking about Warren Ballpark and the history behind it. Was some of it factual? No. I mean, you've given me lessons on Warren Ballpark, so I know exactly what is and what isn't true.
Oh, yeah. Ken Griffey Jr. hit a ball 600.
No, he said it's the oldest ball. It's the first Major League Baseball game in America. I was like, that's incorrect.
That's not correct.
Brian Martinez, catcher for the Bisbee Pumas.
That's
now
why it's the oldest active baseball stadium in the country.
Exactly. I'll let him have his moment, though. Martinez showing bunt's going to pull that away as it misses low and away. 1-0 the count.
Again, I mean, baseball is one of those games where nobody, knows exactly. Like, it's not like James Naismith with basketball where you know exactly where it originated. Baseball has been being played since about the late 1860s. So, and there are variations of it. And so there's no real identifying where this game started. But it is an American-made game, I will tell you that.
It is kind of. You can argue baseball is the world's game right behind soccer. I think it has more of an impact internationally than basketball for the simple fact that still the United States wins in basketball. They don't dominate. But USA baseball really struggles to compete internationally as that one's going to be low. 2-0 the count.
Martinez, great eye, showing bunt, pulling it back, letting that ball go low. So 2-0 to the Martinez Express. Again, Manriquez looking good on the bump so far.
Why don't you show me how to bring that back up? This one's going to be fouled back. 2 balls, 1 strike now to the Bisbee Puma catcher.
The secret is you can't touch it at all, ever.
Oh, okay. Here, let me get out my phone. I can figure that out. 2 balls, 1 strike now home to Bright and Martinez. Manriquez on the mound, throws that one too high. So this is the first time of location issues for J.J. Manriquez. For the Hayden Lobos on the mound, can Brian Martinez work or walk? The Bisbee Pumas will welcome a base runner any way possible right now. The 3-1 home. That one's going to be low, and Brian Martinez does draw the walk. Martinez, after the defensive game he's had, reaching first base offensively, he is pumped up as he walks down to first base. That's going to bring up Ryan Rutherford, the designated hitter for the Bisbee Pumas. You're a DH in this lineup. That's saying something. So Brian Martinez leads off of first base as designated hitter Ryan Rutherford taking his hats.
Rutherford and Ibarra are the two that are still trying to earn those final 2 spots. They're all trying to, or Correa, Meyer, they're all trying to earn those final 2 spots, those permanent roster spots for the Bisbee Pumas.
First pitch home, that's going to catch strike 1.
Yeah, it was just a little. He wanted to bunt it, and even when it was a ball, still went after and tried to get the bat on the ball. I'm okay with the aggression, but it is going to be an 0-1.
Always good with aggressive hitting to an extent.
Look at the pickoff move from Manriquez. He playing no games over there on the bump.
No balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the third. Bisbee Pumas. Uh-oh. I'll tell you what, Manriquez, like you said, Dave, he's ready to throw that pickoff move anytime.
He's like, I heard about your base running.
That one's going to be in the dirt.
Today.
1-1 the count now to Rutherford.
Get gorgeous evening. They are serving soft serve ice cream over there in the snack shack. Gorgeous evening.
Only
here.
gorgeous because I put on my winter coat. I did that last time. I had layers on. The wind was non-existent. I was like, now this is
I heard you.
This is
that.
excessive.
I heard you mention that during the game.
2 balls, 1 strike. It was nighttime. I'm like, okay, now I look foolish.
Still have a lot of concurrent viewers for such a choppy broadcast.
Appreciate
Folks,
everybody.
we're better than this, okay? Just so you know.
That one's going to miss the outside corner. 3 balls, 1 strike, and Brian Martinez is going to find himself on second base. And now a runner in scoring position. Nobody out in the bottom of the 3rd inning for the Bisbee Puma designated hitter, Ryan Rutherford.
Well, you know what that means. It means the Bisbee Pumas will at least tie up this game here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Well, the way Manriquez is pitching on the mound, I think that is a statement. That is what we call a hot take in the business.
I'm never wrong when it comes to my Bisbee Pumas.
3-1 to Rutherford. That one will miss inside. So now 2 runners via a walk for the Bisbee Pumas, 1st and 2nd. And here comes left fielder Ivan Ibarra.
Ivan Ibarra with a big opportunity, and Coach Todd is going to remind him about it. Be like, all right, Ibarra, we are just making smart baseball right here.
If I know my coach like if I know Coach Todd Hammond like I think I know Coach Todd Hammond, we're going to see a bunt on one of the first 3 pitches.
Just move those runners, even if it's a bunt. I'm so glad I moved that. I'm so much more comfortable now.
Ivan Ibarra, part of the state championship Bisbee Pumas last year. Not one of the regular players, now getting a shot this year. I believe he's a senior.
So, like you said, Manriquez pitching a gem so far.
That one's going to catch the inside corner, 0-1.
And here we go, the oohs out of the Bisbee Pumas.
We'll see if Ibarra drops down the bunt here on the 2nd pitch. And are the Puma base runners going to be running? Todd loves the sacrifice. He loves suicide squeezes. This one's going to be chopped foul. Now 0-2 the bunt. Now out of play for the Bisbee Pumas. Quickly, J.J. Manriquez knew exactly what the game plan was for the Pumas. Threw him 2 quick strikes and got 2 quick strikes out of it.
Yeah, Ibarra falling behind in the count. He's going to have to work his way back into this. And against Manriquez, that's a tall task. And pitching a gem so far. The only reason why there's a runner in scoring position because of a pitch that gets got away from the catcher.
I'd like to thank Facebook one more time. Everyone knows how much we love streaming off this platform. That's going to be a strike 3. 3 pitches, 3 strikes to Ibarra, and that's going to be the first out for J.J. Enriquez on the mound. That brings us back to the top of the lineup with Sebastian Lopez.
Well, that's the good and the bad. You get the strikeout on Ibarra, but the bad is you got number 0 coming back to the plate. So if Enriquez can get out of this thing with no runs on the board, that would be a heck.
Lopez has always had a good swing. Let's see if he's going to pop this one up. So Sebastian Lopez, that one is in play. Can they make the catch? Yes, they can. Great defense there from the Hayden Lobos. As 3 players were underneath that one. That's going to be Javier Ortega making the play at first base. 1 pitch, 1 out. And that's going to bring up Ross Olivaria.
The tiny little things with baseball. So you have 3 Hayden Lobos all going after that ball. They didn't run into each other. It was communicated enough. That's championship baseball right there. The way they attacked that fly ball, where they could have ran into each other, they could have miscommunicated, the ball could have hit the ground easily. But no, not against Hayden.
Ross Olivaria 0 for 1 with the strikeout. That puts Sebastian Lopez at 0-2. 0-4-2. Not to confuse Dan at home. That one's going to be high. 1-0 the count. 1 ball, no strikes to Ross Olivaria. Folks, I know the stream's not the quality we'd love, but we'd still love to hear from you. Let us know in the chat who you're cheering for and where you're cheering from.
That's a radio-style broadcast here at Bisbee, Arizona.
That one doesn't catch at the knees. No, it doesn't. 2 balls, no strikes to Ross Olivaria.
He goes both ways. I thought that caught. I thought it was a strike. It was fine.
Well, we can't really see the high and the low.
Yeah, you're right.
Not from our great vantage point. That one's going to be in the dirt now. 3-0 to Ross.
You know why he hasn't swung the bat yet? Down, 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 down. All right, here it goes. Center fielder cheating, though. Coach Sirota knows what he's doing.
That's always weird when I see a left-handed hitter. No, the center fielder doesn't shade to right field. That's going to be ball 4 for Ross Olivaria, who does work the walk. Now the bases are loaded via walks for the Bisbee Pumas, and now Jackson Alvarez, super sophomore, walked at his first plate appearance, was also caught stealing.
Well, and Jackson Alvarez, the stud Alvarez, the kid is just cold-blooded. Like, there is no moment too big for him. He loves these opportunities. He's probably going to capitalize here.
First pitch to him, a swing and a miss, strike 1 from J.J. Manriquez.
Good pitch against the aggressive Jackson Alvarez. So 0-1 delivery coming in from Manriquez.
That one's going to hit Alvarez. He's going to get it. The umpire could have said that Jackson did not try to move out of the way and therefore just given the ball. But that's going to be a hit by pitch for Jackson Alvarez. And now all of a sudden we have a tie ball game. 1-1 between the champs. Dave, who'd have thought?
Yeah, you know what? There's a staple in Denny's that they've had for years and years and years. It's a breakfast that they serve, and they have a name for it. It's called Grand Slam. Here comes Big Bombs Bryson Meyer to the plate.
Angela Skillings in the chat says, let's go Lobos. And also Alan Alvarez says, let's go Pumas. Chat's starting to get active. Thank you, everybody, for sticking with us on, I mean, I hate to keep saying it, Dave, but for our quality, a little bit of subpar broadcast. But
you need to let go of it.
I can't, dude. You know me. I freeze. I don't. There's a heated broadcast booth right behind us, and I froze on the Warren Baseball Tournament just because I knew the quality was better down here. You know that just drives me insane.
But Coach Larona, understanding the moment, bases loaded, the reigning 2A Player of the Year coming to the plate. So he wants to make sure that Manriquez and the Lobos are on the same page going into this at bat, because Meyer can turn this thing around in a quickness.
Angela Skillings in the chat says, you got this, Primo. Push through, JJ.
Yeah,
JJ has walked the bases loaded and hit a batter, to get the runner in, and that brings up Grand Slam threat, as Dave was pointing out, Bryson Meyer.
Again, looking for a Denny's Grand Slam here. He wants a couple sausages, some eggs, and some hash browns over that scoreboard in left field. What a spot to hit your first home run of the year, huh?
Manriquez set the stretch. Good pitch to hit from Meyer, who's just out in front of that one. Caught a lot of the plate, 0-1.
Little eager on that one, as that bat was way out in front.
No balls, 1 strike to Bryson Meyer. Manriquez looks like he wants to go quickly, not from the stretch, rather from the windup. And the pitch. That one's going to be low and in the dirt. 1-1 the count to Big Bombs, Bryson Meyer.
So it's almost as big as the at-bat for the pitcher is also going to be for Matthew Armenta behind the plate. He cannot let a ball pass him.
You are not wrong. That was a good job picking that one off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Meyer sends a shot to left field. That one down at the wall. It's going to go over a ground rule double. That's the way to come back for Big Bombs Bryson Meyer, who thought he had a home run.
I did too. I thought that it was my most genius moment in the history of Cool FM. I thought that ball was over the fence. But either way, 2 runs on the board. Meyer, the MVP, 2A Player of the Year, delivering in the biggest moment. And here comes the Hunter with a 2 RBI opportunity.
And that's going to settle down Bryson Meyer on the mound as well. That's going to give him all that confidence he needs. The Bisbee Pumas in the bottom of the third have put up 3 runs and now have the 3-1 lead here on the champion versus champion matchup Thursday night, Cochise County Baseball. Bisbee Pumas versus the Hayden Lobos.
Selena, our advisor on our chat, saying, come on, number 9, you got this. Well, he's got to try to figure this out before it gets any worse, but that's a good pitch to do it. 0-1 to Meyer. That's Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter right behind that fastball. Manriquez showing first chinks of the armor here in the 3rd inning, trying to come back into this ball game. That one's going to be well over. Ball's going to get away. Jackson Alvarez coming home, and the throw gets away. They had him dead to rights. It's going to be on second and coming home again. The Bisbee Pumas on a pass ball scored 2 runs. 5-1 now over the Hayden Lobos.
You could talk about it, you could talk about it, you could talk about it. The base running of the Bisbee Pumas is, it is their bread and butter. They do so many things so well, but they are so dangerous on the base paths. And you saw it right there. Now all of a sudden, a 1-0 game is 5-1 now in the bottom of the 3rd.
And 2 pitches as well. Or 4 pitches, I should say. That one's going to catch the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Hunter right.
So, yeah, now no RBI opportunity for Hunter. I was just complimenting Armenta, and that's another. Oh, he didn't hit him. I was just complimenting Armenta by keeping that ball in front of him. And the moment that ball got behind him, what happened? Bing, bing, 2 more runs, 5-1 Bisbee.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the third. This one's going to be inside as well. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Hunter Wright. And again, Dave, noticeably, J.J. Manriquez on the mound has lost some control of his pitches, and I think it's all mental.
You're pretty good at taking the words right out of my mouth. And yeah, Manriquez, yeah, you can see the wheels are falling off right now.
This one's going to be a high fly ball. This, with the Hayden Lobos defense, should and will in the bottom of the third inning. But what a third inning it was for the Bisbee Pumas. 5 runs across as they open up the biggest lead in our champion versus champion game of the week.
And now all of a sudden, in what was a very tight affair, Bisbee doing Bisbee things, and now the Hayden Lobos down 4. They're going to have to figure out the offense against Arma Fire, Bryson Meyer. So, again, what was all a tight affair all of a sudden was blown open. That's what Bisbee does. The Hayden Lobos did not experience that last year. They get to experience it firsthand this year.
Well, speaking of experience, if you want an experienced home care company, you go with Synergy Home Care. 5-star ratings across Google. We provide non-medical home care to all of Cochise and Santa Cruz County. Call them today at 520-685-1035.
Also, thank you to our new sponsor, American Southwest Credit Union, with better rates and personalized service. Go to ascu.org. They are an equal opportunity lender.
Also, thank you to Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative as we broadcast under the Warren Ballpark lights. Only appropriate that we thank SSVEC serving our community.
I mean, what a game tonight. The kids are running around everywhere. The stands are full.
Yeah, I know you love that.
No. Once we're secure, I love it. That cord was just waiting. But no, it's what an environment here. A perfect spring evening, first day of spring in Southeast Arizona. So we made it, folks. We got to the cold season. Back to the lake, baby.
Well, we'll see what the Hayden Lobos have. They have championship medal, meaning they don't give up, and especially in a game like baseball, I say it all the time, there is no timer on this thing. It is a war of attrition. The Bisbee Pumas scored 5 runs, 4 of them through walks, which means you had to go 4 balls into account just to get around the bases. There's no timer on this thing. It's all about patience at this point for the Lobos and not pressing.
Yeah, I'm not counting out the Hayden Lobos at all. They're the chance for a reason. That's going to bring Tyler Gardner to the plate for his next appearance. He had a hit in his first appearance. So let's see if Tyler can get this party started for the Hayden Lobos.
Gardner officially 1 for 2 in the ball game.
Had a hit in his first at bat, excuse me.
Second at bat, he got a hit.
Oh, exactly. I knew I was right.
No, you were right. You know why? I got the pickoff on there. He was up in the first inning and was up in the count, and then the pickoff happened, so he got to hit again in the second inning.
Exactly.
There we go. Dave's right. He knows what he's talking about, folks. He's not the best colored man in the game for nothing. Now we go.
Best man, the better man.
Start the top of the 4th inning. Coming into the box is the aforementioned Tyler Gardner. Bryson Meyer, a key contributor for this 5-1 lead for the Pumas. Let's see if he settled in on the mound a little bit and starts hitting his spots. Just like that. What a slider from Meyer. 0-1 the count, is swing and a miss.
Oh, that thing was absolutely nasty. That was broccoli to a 3-year-old right there, that pitch.
We've got Angela Skillings back in the chat. Shout out Angela as Bryson Meyer sets up. Oh, wow, that got through.
How is that possible? How is that possible? And it shut down the stream. How is that? That's a present for you, young man. How is that possible? That went through the net, through the fence. There's a net and a fence. That almost hit me.
What is going on, man? What is going on tonight? We have
I
to
said it was going to be the perfect day. Well,
there is a net and a fence to get through, and that ball came all the way at Dave's face.
That I didn't realize. The one time I don't flinch and it's 6 inches away from killing me.
Back to the action as Meyer just misses the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Sorry, Paul Corder almost had to do his broadcast solo. That ball was headed right towards my mind's eye.
It's just like, what is... That almost killed my phones.
How did that get through?
This one's going to be fouled away. That one's hit off of Brian Martinez. Thank you to Brian Martinez for blocking that one. Then we know that this is not a safe place to broadcast from anymore.
It had to have hit right there. It went right underneath there.
Yeah, right. I don't know.
That happen?
I honestly don't know. I'm looking at a fence right now. There is structural weaknesses, but like you said, It would have bounced up. Who cares? 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 4th inning, the leadoff hitter.
Uh-oh.
For the Lobos, that's a great breaking ball from Meyer, and he sits him down. I told you that ground rule double 2 RBI from Bryson Meyer is going to settle him down. That was a great at-bat for the pitcher.
You know, unlike the guy on the train tracks, I did see that one coming. As he was winding up, I was like, oh, boy, that's a strikeout.
Garner sits down. That's going to bring up pitcher J.J. Manriquez, who's 0 for 1 with the strikeout in this ballgame.
And the biggest spot for Manriquez, after giving up those runs there in the 3rd, he could really try to help his team and get some of these back, maybe some extra bases and get an RBI opportunity.
First pitch, that one's going to be in the dirt. Breaking ball. 1-0 the count, 1 ball, no strikes to Dan the Man. Just making sure you remember that balls come before strikes. Remember, Dan is as great as Dan is at sports. Streaming, he said he's not a sports fan.
Just like eggs come before chickens.
This one's going to be chopped to Hunter right. That ball's going to bounce and eat him up. You got to play that one before that last hop comes in. But Manriquez is going to find himself on first with a single. And now the Lobos trying to answer that big bottom of the 3rd with a huge top of the 4th.
Exactly what Hayden needed. And even after this beautiful makeover that Banning Creek Enterprises gave our ballpark, that ball still, like you said, you got to attack it before that next hop.
Mm-hmm. Every time.
Because that was a funny little last hop there, and if he'd attacked it, he wouldn't have had to deal with that funny little last hop.
Runner on first. Alejandro Waddle up to the plate now for the Hayden Lobos. Meyer's going to throw Manriquez back. Hayden Lobos content to not be aggressive on the base pass.
After the Martinez display? Are you kidding me?
That is a big lead for Manriquez, though. Meyer comes home from the stretch. That's going to catch the outside corner. 0-1. Home to Waddle.
I mean, Martinez is gunning him down like Billy the Kid right now, so I'm not playing with Martinez.
Jay Hamright in the chat says, when is the best of COCHISE baseball game? Well,
that's going to be a little tougher to pull off.
I'm going to make it happen for sure.
We'll do our best.
This one's going to be a high fly ball to right field. Cam Anderson looks like he got a good jump and is tracking it perfectly. 2 away in the top of the 4th inning. Still runner on first for the Lobos.
I mean, I know it's only a runner on first, but it would really behoove the Lobos to take advantage of the situation because you're going to start running out of outs. Yeah. You know, down 5-1, so they've got to move Manriquez over. They've got to keep this train rolling. Got to keep on rolling.
Only 7 innings in high school baseball, as everyone is aware of, not the 9 innings that we get in the major leagues. Javier Ortega, the first baseman for the Hayden Lobos coming up. He made that good play last inning where he caught that foul ball right next to the dugout.
Oh, I like the stance. I like that low stance.
Throw down to Ross Olivaria, nothing happening.
Oh, I have a feeling Ortega is going to lift this bad boy in the left center. Just the way he's standing. Looks like he's got Meyer. Looks like he's pretty confident in this at bat.
Dave was right about Meyer. Let's see if he's right about Ortega. The first pitch on the inside corner doesn't catch. Good job laying off. 1 ball, no strikes.
Even the Hayden fans knew that was the pitch to swing at. They're like, oh, here it comes.
That was a tough one to handle. That thing started, and this is why I say, even though that's a ball, Bryson's pitching with way more confidence in this inning.
Ortega looks confident.
That one's going to be outside. Bryson Meyer is popping that glove. He's well over 90 miles an hour again. Although that misses, 2-0 the count.
I forget this face paint's on my face. I go to scratch my cheek.
Don't scratch it too much. People might say you're being offensive.
Exactly. It is 2014. Everything's offensive.
2 balls, no strikes to Ortega. That's going to be outside. 3-0 now. Ortega in complete control of this at bat. Does he have the green light?
You know, I'm not going to lie to you. Again, these little tiny things. The way Ortega came out to the plate and the way he stood in the box, Meyer might be best to just avoid him and go to Gaither on the next at bat.
Aaron Cruz? Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry, Dave.
Oh, no, I just set up an at bat. I set up an out at any base. You might be better off just getting past Ortega and putting him on first.
When Dan the Man has 1080p on that Zoom, those replays are going to look great. 3 balls, no strikes. Ortega will look at that one. Ball 4 just missing at the knees. Now runners on first and second for the Hayden Lobos, as we do have Hayden fans in the chat. Aaron Cruz says, come on, Yondo. And then Jay Hamright says, my nephew Ross needs to be best of the COCHISE
Really?
roster.
Really?
Of course.
Whether Ross, really? Are you kidding me? Ross might be the number 1 pick.
You're not wrong. He's just consistently a great player, and he hits the gap, which you want all your hitters to do. All right, now setting up. That one's going to catch the outside corner as Paul Gaither comes back up for the Hayden Lobos, the right fielder.
That's what I was saying. Just put Ortega on first. Now we can get any out with Gaither at the plate. I thought it was a smart play by Meyer, almost intentional. Because the Bisbee defense will put him out at any base if that ball gets put into play.
This one's going to be fouled off now. 0-2, no balls, 2 strikes to Gaither as Bryson Meyer trying to strain another runner in scoring position for the Hayden Lobos.
Again, now Meyer has a couple of pitches to play with where he can find that next strikeout. I'm thinking probably curveball here, and if it doesn't work, fastball to finish him off. And again, it's a chess match, so you never know what Martinez might be thinking the opposite. He's like, give him fastball here.
The 0-2 home. That is the fastball outside corner, strike 3. That's going to sit Gaither down, and the Bisbee Pumas strand another Hayden Lobo in scoring position. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning, 5-1. Pumas on top in our championship versus championship game.
Exactly. I was Gaither right there. I'm thinking, okay, he's probably going to hit me with a curveball. And Martinez, knowing that I'm thinking it's going to be a curveball, calls for the fastball, and Meyer sits him down with a sit-down pitch.
This is why I love baseball, Dave. It is a chess match. I love the, just like that's why I think I went to football as well. Any play where you have to, or any sport. There you go, Paul. Never mind. I'm not going to finish that thought because that sounds stupid. Any sport where you have to use your brain. Those are my favorite ones, including chess. You know that.
What sport do you not have to use your brain?
Basketball, soccer. You can rely on athleticism.
Oh, shots fired.
No, it's not. There's thinking man sports and then there's athletic sports. Why is that a hot take? The best athletes are basketball players.
The best basketball players of all time are the smartest basketball players. Tim Duncan, John
awesome.
Stockton.
You can be the smart basketball players and also be an athletic freak like Michael Jordan and be the greatest of all time. I don't understand how that is a hot take.
In between innings, I'd like to thank Sosi. Every play, every pass, every goal. They're with us every step of the way. Go to Sosi, SOSI.com to learn more.
I noticed you didn't have a gripe when I said soccer players either. Thank you to the MORSE Automotive Group at Sierra Vista. Stop in today and experience the difference as Cochise County is now backed by Ed Morse. Only in America.
They just run. Then they run some more.
Thank you as well to the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty. Proud to support our young athletes all season long. If you're in the market to buy or sell, make your first call to the real estate experts at 717-599-2439. Looks like we're going to get 2 more pitches before we get action started in the bottom of the 4th inning.
And all of a sudden, we came here for a game of the year, champ on champ game. And if the Hayden Lobos don't get it together, Bisbee might threaten a mercy rule. Because we know how Bisbee jumps on people when they get leads. So Hayden's going to have to just go 1, 2, 3 in this inning and keep Bisbee at bay. Because if they let Bisbee get going again, we know how it works around here.
And that's going to bring up Javi Montiel into the batter's box for the Bisbee Pumas.
And we did have a pitching change.
Ooh, we did.
Darren Smith on the mound. Number 2 in your scorecards for the Hayden Lobos. Number 1 in your hots. So Darren Smith going to try to put down Javi.
It looks like Keenan Lorona has made the switch to catcher for the Hayden Lobos. First pitch from Smith is going to be a big fastball right by Montiel on the inside corner. 0-1.
I liked his warm-up pitches. I was like, okay, Darren's got some cheese.
He's wearing a chain. That's how you know he means business. Best pitchers wear chains. That's going to miss the outside corner. 1-1 the count. Darren Smith has got some
missed on that one.
The heat on this fastball, Dave.
Yeah, he's got some gas. Like, why is Coach Lorona hiding this guy? He got some gas.
1 ball, 1 strike. That's a big breaking ball. That's going to break just underneath. 1-2 the count.
That was a beautiful pitch. He had Javi full Walt Disney on that one, frozen stiff.
For anyone that thinks 1A doesn't have pitchers, watch Darren Smith go at it. Oh, and a breaking ball slider right in there. And that's going to be strike 3. Javi Montiel sat down on strikes. That's going to bring up catcher Brian Martinez.
That's a pitch you see in your nightmares. That was disgusting. Beautiful pitch. 2 beautiful pitches.
Martinez started the rally for the Bisbee Pumas in the last inning with a walk. We'll see if he can't recreate some of that magic.
Brian Martinez is magic.
Bisbee Little League has their opening ceremonies on Saturday. Something we would cover if we didn't have, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, I should say. We might have more important things to do on the 29th there, Dave.
Yeah, possibly. Like the first ever Cochise County men's and women's all-star game at Benson,
Basketball
Arizona.
all-star game. That's going to be fun.
Basketball.
1 ball, no strikes. That one's going to be over at the knees. 1-1 the count.
That's a good pitch. Oh, this kid is looking sharp on the bump.
Something you touched on, Dave. The Bisbee Pumas are a momentum team. They really rely on one big inning to get their wins, and let's see if that was the last inning. As Martinez going to send this one to the gap in left center field. That's going to get down. It's going to get all the way to the wall. Martinez makes the turn from first, going all the way to second in a stand-up double. Brian Martinez, offensively, defensively, having himself an MVP performance tonight.
I'm tired of you taking the words out of my mouth. Brian Martinez looking like the MVP on the Bisbee Pumas so far this year.
You know, the thing was, I was going to say having himself a night, and at the last second I said MVP. Look, we've been broadcasting solo for a long time. I'm just ready.
No, you know, it's so you
those.
started giving out Players of the Week awards, and Brian Martinez is like, hold my Gatorade.
You're not wrong. Definitely player of the game candidate, Brian Martinez.
What's up, brother, man? Don't hurt your hand on that ring.
Ernesto Suarez.
Ernesto's in the house.
Angela Skilling's back in the chat. Thank you, Angela, for being so active in our chat. Says, that a boy, Darren. Keep bringing the heat. And Kit Hutchinson, first comment in the chat from Kit, says, go Pumas.
Let's go Pumas. So Ryan Rutherford at the plate. RBI opportunity.
Walked in his first plate appearance. That's going to be low and inside. 1-0 from Smith.
And look for anything errant from Smith. And watch Martinez just go for third. The Bisbee is very methodically aggressive on the base paths.
That one's going to be inside as well. 2-0 now to Ryan Rutherford. Like you said, Dave, the Bisbee Pumas trying to get the last two hitters in their lineup set in stone, and this is a chance for Ryan Rutherford.
Yeah, him and Ibarra, big spots for them. They're going to both have RBI opportunities.
That one's going to be low and inside. Rutherford now 3-0. The 8-hole hitter, and this is not what you want to see if you're Hayden Lobos. When you get to the bottom third of the lineup, throw fastballs, throw strikes, make them beat you with your bat. Right now, 3-0 to Rutherford.
I'm pretty sure I caught that communication from Coach Dodd. Do not swing.
3 ball, 1 strike.
I'm pretty sure I caught that communication. I think I know what that sign means. Don't even think about it. 3-0 count. Let him see if he can walk you on to first.
3-1 now with 1 away. That one's going to be inside. Rutherford's going to go down to first. Call it a hit by pitch. Call it a 4-pitch walk. Or the 4th ball.
I thought he hit him.
It did hit him, but it depends on whatever the umpire scores it. That's going to be runners on first and second now for Ivan Ibarra, the left fielder for the Bisbee Pumas.
So here we go. Ibarra, he's had big spots this year. This would be a big one. I mean, pretty much your only job right now is to impress coach. And so this would be a big spot for Ibarra, whether to take a walk or get a hit, to really impress Coach Todd Hammett. And again, it behooves the pitcher, Darren Smith, to get through this hitter because you have Lopez coming back up. He's 0-2, which means he's due.
Not a good start for Ibarra as he misses the signs from his third base coach, manager Todd Hammett for the Bisbee Pumas. 5-1. Ibarra's going to try to lay down the bunt. Did he stay around? He did. 0-1 the count. That was just experience from Darren Smith. Throw him something below the knees and have it break off the face of the earth. When you see something low, Dave, you know you can bunt that one, but not when it breaks down to the plate. No balls, 1 strike. This one's going to be a quick 0-2 now to Ibarra.
I am impressed by Darren Smith so far, but he's got to get through this inning. He's nowhere near, right? He's nowhere near through it yet. Not with Lopez coming up next.
Can I just say how impressed I am that with all the internet issues, nothing's gone wrong since we went live? That's going to be on the outside corner. 3-pitch strikeout for Ivan Ibarra. That's going to take us back to the top of the lineup. Sebastian Lopez flown out in his first two plate appearances.
All right, again, Lopez 0-2 on the day. He doesn't care for that very much, so expect that left center gap to get some company in the form of a baseball.
Darren Smith is a fireballer for the Lobos. Just let the bat do the work if you're at the plate. That one's going to be high, right. You know, it's hard to lay off a high fastball, Dave, but when it's over your eyeballs, you pretty much know that's a ball.
I can't believe Lopez didn't even flinch at that. That thing was 6 inches away from his mind's eye, and he didn't even move.
I want to show that you doesn't affect you at all. Play mind games. Baseball's a game of mind games. Lopez is going to send this one off the hands, and that's going to be the third out of the inning as he flies out to second base. No runs across for the Pumas, 2 stranded. As we go into the top of the 5th inning, Bisbee still on top, 5-1.
Yeah, Bisbee holding that lead. But again, great inning by Darren Smith, because you know how Bisbee operates, and Darren Smith able to shut them down and shut down that momentum. So it gives them a chance to get back into this game.
Top of the lineup coming back up in the top of the 5th inning for the Hayden Lobos, Jordan Rodriguez, followed by Darren Smith and Keno Lorona. That does give me a chance to thank Barnett's Towing and Barnett's Propane. They've been serving our community since 1963.
Also taking it right way, serving all of Cochise County, doing plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical the right way. Proud to sponsor our sports broadcast. That's Jeff Davenport, and that's me and Busy. So thank you, Right Way.
Thank you to the Copper Queen Community Hospital of Cochise County. They have new physical therapy departments in Hereford, Bisbee, and Douglas, providing the highest quality of services to outpatients and home health patients of all ages. Call them today at 520-432-6435.
And thanks to Allo Fiber, your new home team for phone, television, and internet. Go to allofiber.com to learn when it'll be available for you. I'm still trying to figure out how that ball that almost killed me got to that fence.
Yeah, I know. There's been a lot of weird things going on tonight. First of all, the Facebook live stream services are iffy, and this is why we have the broadcast we do. And then a ball, I should just start another live stream and put it up on the fence and ask Dan, how did that happen? How did that get through?
Yeah, that was bizarre. And again, I didn't realize how close it was going to come to me, because I was never expecting it to go through the fence. It was crazy.
There is a big hole to the right, but then it wouldn't have got through the net.
No, it came through right here.
That's so weird.
Like that spot on the right of the extension cord. It came through right there. It had
What are the odds?
Perfectly. Yeah, you have to hit it perfectly.
That's more rare than a hole in one.
That's how the Lord tried to take me out, with a baseball to the face.
Stephanie Morales in the chat says, go Sebastian. And then Brittany, then Gordon, one more time in the chat says, let's go Jordan and the Lobos. Well, here is Jordan Rodriguez as he steps up to the plate against Bryson Meyer, who really settled in his last inning.
Yeah, he sure did. I mean, again, got out of that second inning with only one run given up. And ever since then, it's just been the Arm of Fire Bryson Meyer show.
That one fouled away right behind us, 0-1 the count. It's just funny. We both looked up at it in a panic like he was going to get through again.
I almost died, okay? I have PTSD right now.
No balls, one strike to Rodriguez. Good pitch from Meyer. This is going to be slapped down to Jackson Alvarez. What a play up with it. Jackson, cool as a cucumber, gets it down to first. That is great defense from the Bisbee Pumas super sophomore shortstop.
As I said during the Warren Ballpark Classic, who's never committed an error in his entire life, Jackson the Stud Alvarez.
He wasn't even looking at that ball. I'm not going to put him on
nasty stab.
I'll bring him Darren Smith, new pitcher for the Hayden Lobos. Darren comes up, and he is officially 0 for 2 in this ball game. Did reach on an error and was caught stealing in the third inning.
Well, after that inning of pitching, I expect him to have a little more confidence here. But that doesn't matter on that pitch.
It's going to be too high. I want to know the count.
He was going to swing the bat, but it was high.
Jordan Rodriguez now 0 for 3 for the Lobos. They've got hits, just not a lot of runs to show for them. 4 or 5 hits for the Hayden Lobos tonight. That one on the outside corner will catch. 1-1 the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Air in the top of the 5th inning, 1 out.
Beautiful location on that pitch.
I know we're on
really
ballpark. What else would you expect?
Uh-huh.
I'll shut up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Meyer. That one's going to break, and it's going to break too far. 2-1 the count.
Now, either way, Meyer's really settled down. Looking really good on the bump. After the second inning, I was a little worried. He must have heard me talking. He's like, all right, Dave, you can shut your big mouth now.
The 2-1 home. This one's on the inside. 3-1 the count now.
It looks like the temperature's going to stay where it is, so I am not going to freeze my butt off these last 3 innings.
Selena, our Bizo, if I'm saying that right, says, let's go, guys. You got this. 3.
Number 3.
The 3-1 home. That one's going to catch the outside corner. Green light from Smith as he fouls that one towards the gas station. Full count. Now home to the new pitcher for the Hayden Lobos.
Let's see what pitch Meyer goes with here. In a full count situation, a lot of times it's fastball, where he just go with the pitch he trusts.
The payoff pitch. That's going to miss outside. Great eye from Darren Smith, and he reaches first base. Second consecutive time this one. The VL walk, and the Lobos with 1 out have a runner on first.
Martinez tried to frame that ball like Richard Nixon, but the umpire did not fall for it. A simpler man like myself would have been like, strike!
Keno Lorona coming up to the plate now for the Lobos. He's officially 0 for 1. Did walk and steal a base in the first inning.
EJ Party around saying, cool as a cucumber. Let's go Jackson the Stud Alvarez. Boy, people love that nickname. I was just calling it like I see it. The kid's a stud.
Sophomore stud. Kind of flows off the tongue. That fastball is right by our new hitter. Oh, I already said Lorona. I thought I missed it. Keno Lorona swings and fouls that one right back at us, and we still do have
Nacho on his way by. I'm going to get it. Oh.
We do have PTSD. 0-1 the count. Meyer set. Not a big lead from Smith off of first. That breaking ball doesn't catch the outside corner. It does. 0-2 the count now to Lorona.
Beautiful curveball by Meyer. And a lot of viewers that joined us here on Cool FM Live tonight. Thank you, everybody. If you have any idea what we went through to get this broadcast up for you, but thank you, everybody that joined us on Cool FM Live for our free broadcast of our Cochise County Game of the Year.
Also simulcasting on YouTube. Didn't get a chance to mention that today. Inside corner, strike three, called to Lorona. No doubt about that one. Bryson Meyer, again, Dave, starting to heat up on the mound.
Yeah, he's approaching double-digit strikeouts, which he normally reaches every time that he pitches. So he's
six total.
He's only got 6?
I was counting him up, too. I had the exact same thought in my head. How many strikeouts did Bryson have?
Matthew Armenta, who started this game as catcher up at the plate. Again, now Hayden's starting to run out of outs.
Armente officially 0-for-1. Did walk in the first inning. That two-seamer runs right back to the outside corner. 0-1 the count.
What a pitch. That thing started 8 inches off the plate and came right back in. Armenta, I mean, you just got to guess right on that one.
I can confirm that Hunter Wright does have a cut fastball. I was talking to Carlos Lopez, pitching coach for the Pumas. Says he throws it like a two-seamer with a little bit of a difference, so he gets it to rotate the other way. This one's going to be a high fly ball. Cam Anderson trying to chase it down. Is it going to be fair or foul? Just gets foul. Cam Anderson can't track it down, but now 2 strikes, 1-2 the count.
I was expecting a dive on that play, but that's all right either way. Oh, is that the one, the only?
Holy Molina. Hi, Beast. How you doing? How'd your game go today?
It's Leslie. Hey, what's up?
How'd it go today? You win?
No, they didn't play today. They played on Tuesday. That's why I text you.
Well, they had the jerseys on. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Our man, I think it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Nelson has it 1-1.
No, our boy in the scores booth. Let's see this one. Oh, I was wrong. 1-2 the count. Never
How
doubt
dare
Nelson.
you doubt Nelson? He doubted you, Nelson.
Say that any louder in the stream, brother. I'm going to yell into the microphone real quick.
Turned my head.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 5th. Runner on first for the Lobos. That's going to be too tall. 2-2 the count. Good pitch, though, to try to strike him out on.
Oh, yeah.
High fastball is difficult to lay off and impossible to catch up to.
Nacho on this one, I swear.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th, top of the 5th inning, I should say. Hayden Lobos, runner on first is Darren Smith. This one's going to be fouled away. We'll do this again. I'd say it all the time on my broadcast, Dave, because we park all around the stadiums in Cochise County. It amazes me how little cars get hit by these foul balls.
Well, especially in Bisbee. Benson, not so much. You don't really have a lot of play. Wilcox. Bisbee and Wilcox. You'd think the cars would just be dented left and right.
Especially Wilcox. It's a big parking lot. This one's going to miss on the outside corner. Good eye from Armante. Now full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first. Darren Smith will be taking off.
Our baseball must be named Roger Rabbit because Martinez tried to frame it.
That was a movie. That was in the 80s, huh?
It was in the 80s.
The full count pitch. Outside corner. Strike 3. Bryson Myers sits down his 7th batter via strikeout. And the Bisbee Pumas have captured this momentum in this champion-on-champion matchup and have not looked back. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Pumas still up 5-1.
Again, you know it's a great strikeout when the crowd doesn't even wait for the up. They just start cheering. They're like, yeah, I got him.
Ross Olivaria, Jackson Alvarez, and Bryson Meyer will be the 3 due up in the bottom of the 5th inning. More danger for the Hayden Lobos, but I will say, Dave, Darren Smith looking very calm, cool, and collected on the mound.
Oh, I'm loving me some Darren Smith on the mound. But while he warms up, I'm going to thank Ginger's Title Services of Sierra Vista, located at 999 East Fry Boulevard. They do written and road testing now, and they're also open Saturdays 9 to 2, so save the wait at the DMV.
Well, thank you to Grasshopper Landscaping as well, quality from the ground up. We've been talking about landscaping in Bisbee, Arizona at Warren Ballpark all night. And if you need landscaping, you can contact Grasshopper because they service all of Cochise County, including pool cleaning services. You can find them on Facebook or visit or Google Grasshopper Landscaping.
Here we Darren Smith warming up. Again, tough task. He's got to do it not once but twice. Try to get to this inning, 1, 2, 3. But unfortunately for him, he has made it into the meat of the Puma lineup. So best of luck, young man.
Well, this meat of the lineup, Dave, contributed a walk, a hit by pitch, and a 2 RBI double in their last plate appearances. Ross officially 0 for 1. Jackson Alvarez, no official at bat as he walked in the first inning and got hit by a pitch in the third. Bryson Meyer, 2 for 2 with a single, a double, and 2 RBI. Like you said, the danger, if there is any, and I'm not going to say there's no respite in the Bisbee Puma lineup, but there's dangers on dangers, and this is the most dangerous.
Yeah, if Darren Smith can get through this inning, the Hayden Lobos will have a shot at this thing. But if he starts getting rocked like Ross Olivaria and company, this may be the end of it. So, again, tough order for Darren Smith to try to get through the 2, 3, and 4 hitters on the Bisbee Pumas. So let's see what the kids got.
And we are set and ready to go. First pitch home from Darren Smith. The Ross Olivaria is going to be on the outside corner, strike 1. 0-1 the count to strike Ross. As it stands now, the Hayden Lobos have 6 outs to get 4 runs, and that might not be the case after Ross Olivaria and the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Bisbee Pumas have their save. That's going to be a foul tip, 0-2 the count.
Yeah, and Smith getting ahead of Ross.
Shout out Courtney Borquez, athletic director for the Bisbee Pumas.
She don't care about you. 0-2.
Good 2-seam fastball, 3-pitch strikeout to one of the hottest hitters in all of baseball, Ross Olivaria.
Darren Smith. Again. Coach Lerona just hiding this kid on the bench. He has looked sharp since he's got in this game.
Here comes sophomore stud Jackson Alvarez. He does have a run score. Officially no at-bats as he's been walked both his times at the plate. Following Jackson will be Bryson Myers. He gets his set on the on-deck circle. This is a great breaking ball. And he's going to get the call. 0-1 the count.
Puma fans don't like it, but I thought he had just caught that corner. So,
wow, look at that. I agree with the Puma fans, and you don't. 0-1 the count. Great breaking ball. Did he go around? He did not. 1-1 the count, but had Jackson fooled. Great plate discipline from Jackson Alvarez to be able to hold up.
Yeah, he barely held that thing up. Blue calling down to first.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Jackson gets a pitch to hit, squares it right back up. Shortstop up and over. Hayden Lobos, the ball's in the dirt, but a great pick there from first baseman Javier Ortega. And that's going to be the second out of the inning.
That's the defense you expect for the defending 1A state champions. Yeah, they came into this game 7-1. So they're right back on track to go to the postseason and try to win another one for Coach Lerona. But here comes dun, big bombs, Bryson Meyer.
The reigning 2A state player of the year. Dave, I got a story for you. I hit my first ever home run after I hit a ground rule double, the plate appearance before. We'll see. We'll see if Bryson can mimic that. My first pitch home from Darren Smith. This one's going to be ripped to third base, and that's going to be the final out of the inning. Can't be more impressed with the Hayden Lobos defense up and over, and that's a quick 3 outs against, like you said, Dave, the meat of the Bisbee Pumas.
Darren Smith doing the job. Just do your job. That's, that they say in sports. Just do your job. Darren Smith is doing his job right now and giving the Hayden Lobos some life, a breath of life to try to come back from this 5-1 deficit.
Tyler Garner going to lead us off for the Hayden Lobos in the top of the 6th inning. And he's going to be followed by J.J. Manriquez, the pitcher on record for the loss currently for the Hayden Lobos, and Alejandro Waddle will be hitting out of the 7-hole.
And this thing is always in the chat saying, let's go Smith.
Oh, I'll say. Well, I'd be happy with that performance as well.
I don't think he's going to leave here and not realize what he just accomplished. Like, you just got the 1, 2, 3, 4 hitters of the Bisbee Pumas out consecutively. That's very, very, very tough to do.
Quick succession as well.
Yeah. That's very tough to do.
That does give me a chance, folks, to thank our broadcast partner who talk about it all the time. Support the businesses that support your community, because without them, we would not be able to broadcast live free of charge on Cool FM Live. First, Synergy Home Care of Sierra Vista, soon to be Synergy Home Care of Southeast Arizona. Spoiler alert. Serving all of Cochise and Santa Cruz County. Call them today for non-medical home care, 520-685-1035.
It's hoping the crowd are going to do it, but fine.
They don't. They leave them alone on that one, huh?
I know, right?
Shout out.
Throw one bad pitch, you'll never hear the end of it.
Shout out to Jordan, who's got the Bisbee Breakfast Club shirt on.
So the Bisbee Pumas a 5-1 lead. Hayden Lobos down to 6 out. But one step at a time when you're down 4. You don't worry about, you just worry about the next batter getting on. And it's going to start with Tyler Garner, who's had a really good game today.
50 concurrent viewers, Dave. Can you imagine if we had 1080p on that camera? Anyway, I'm sorry. That's not going to be the last time I say anything about the stream, but I will say that's the last time I say anything about the stream.
I hope so. Because everybody else seems to be very happy with it.
We'd have 300 concurrent viewers right anyway. There we go. Back to the baseball action. Tyler Garner.
Oh.
Hey, there we
Ba,
go.
ba, ba.
Right in the microphone again. Bryson Meyer still on the bump for the Bisbee Pumas. Tyler Garner leading off for the Hayden Lobos.
Yeah, Garner's had a good game today. He's going to need a first at-bat knock, though.
That one's going to be chopped slowly to Bryson Meyer, who's up and over with it. Can he cut him down? No, he can't. Garner able to beat out the infield single. First base runner for the Lobos here in the top of the 6th.
That's the second time that's worked for the Lobos, is just kind of chop it towards Meyer so slow that he can't make a play on it. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. So yeah, if you're the Hayden Lobos, I don't care. Just get that first runner on and try to keep this momentum going.
Any way possible. That's going to bring up J.J. Manriquez, the pitcher, starting pitcher for the Hayden Lobos.
He was pitching at Jim, and then one inning just kind of got away from him. That's
Bisbee
right.
Pumas.
Harris Smith got his back.
Because the Bisbee Pumas are so good at base running, that's what they can do to you. Check down to first. Runner is back safely.
So Hayden down to 6 outs to try to take out the defending 2A state champs.
This one's going to catch the outside corner. Another great two-seam fastball from Bryson Meyer.
Coach Todd's been telling us about Meyer and an elbow and a pitch count all season, and he's gone into the 6th inning of every game that I've broadcast.
Meyer, of course, still working on his 7th strikeout game. Only 1 run allowed. He had a little bit of trouble in the early innings, but now really settling down, as you would expect him to do.
After the 2nd inning that he was lucky to escape from with only 1 run, he has been absolutely unhittable since.
The 0-1 home. That's a great pitch. Now 0-2 as Bryson Meyer pulls the string on the changeup.
Beautiful pitch right there. The hitter had no chance. Manriquez is just clueless on that one, like Alicia Silverstone.
What a reference. Oh, new balls and 2 strikes. Outside corner, strike 3 called. And that's going to be the 8th strikeout for Meyer. That's going to be his 3rd strikeout in a row where the hitters have been fooled, caught looking.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot you can really do. He's throwing everything in the tool bag at him. There's not a lot you can really do. That's
Just kidding.
Alejandro Waddle.
6 of Bryson Meyer's strikeouts tonight have been catching the hitters looking.
Yeah, I mean, again, he has so many tools. He's throwing the changeup. He's throwing the two-seamer. He's just throwing the heat.
I think it's now 7 strikeouts for Bryson Meyer.
He's throwing the breaking stuff. Like, oh, my God, he's got everything going right now.
Third baseman for the Lobos.
Perfect.
Looking at that one at the knees. Just low. 1-0 the count.
Just low. Little low.
Runner on first for the Lobos.
They've got to get somebody on here. Waddle's got to figure this thing out. They're running out of outs.
Manriquez active on first base. Doesn't look like he wants to take off. That's going to be high and outside. 2-0 now. That's going to be Waddle in complete control of this one. If he gets anything down the middle, look for anything straight and down the middle and just swing your heart out.
Yeah. Especially when he's throwing all this different stuff at you. I mean, just throw it out there. See if you can put a bat on it.
Ooh, that one's high and tight. Dangerous situation, 3-0.
All of a sudden, Waddle remembered first grade again as his life flashed before his eyes.
Waddle laughing that one off. He's trying to relive like that thing was moving. 3 balls, no strikes.
Moving, huh?
1 out. No green light on the inside corner. 3-1 the count. It was a good location for Meyer, just in case there was a green light. Could have got an easy double play ball out of that one. Waddle was not interested in swinging.
This is a pitch where Waddle's got to be aggressive with this. Try to get Hayden back in this game.
He is choking up. He wants to catch up to a fastball. That's going to be outside. Great at bat from Alejandro Waddle. And that's going to bring up Javier Ortega, the first baseman. Had himself a game defensively, most notably that pick out of the dirt he had looking like a major leaguer in the last half inning.
Oh, yeah. And again, I expected big things in his last at bat. So, yeah, here goes. Coach Todd, me and him are just synced up, man. Where I'm like, oh, here comes Ortega. I was like, you better be careful.
Javier Ortega is 1 for 1 officially. Did walk as well, so has reached base in both of his at bats. The big first baseman, you know, you got a first baseman hitting so far down in your lineup. That means you have no weaknesses in this Hayden Lobo lineup, and that's going to do it for Bryson Meyer. We'll have to see where the substitutions come into play. Oh, the Bisbee Pumas switched catchers. So Sebastian Lopez is behind the plate in this half inning. Brian Martinez was in center field. So this was going to be Bryson Meyer's last inning no matter what for Todd Hammett, because Sebastian Lopez was ready at catcher. Interesting. Look at Todd Hammett pulling the wool over our eyes. We had no idea. Looks like Jackson Alvarez might be going to the outfield. I don't know. There's a lot of substitutions going on as Brian Martinez will be on the bump for the Bisbee Pumas. Martinez noticeably more velocity this season than he ever has. And that Todd Hammett, because of that, is showing a lot of trust in the Martinez Express, who's always been a great control pitcher. Bryson Meyer is the one that's going to be going out to center field, so Jackson Alvarez will stay at shortstop. I think I was just confusing Alvarez and Bryson Meyer. We do have some comments in the chat. As Aaron Julia Cruz say, good job, my son. Angela Skillings in the chat says, almost lost his head there. Talking about that fireball to the helmet of the hitter. And that's also your turn, Javier, in the chat from Aaron Cruz. And yes, also from Aaron Cruz. Thank you, everyone. Hey, Lobo's really active in our chat. I hope it's coming off as neutral. Obviously, we will get more pumped up for good plays for the Pumas, but trust me, we see a home run, I'm going to be yelling just as hard for the Hayden Lobos. We are a very neutral Cochise County broadcast. And it looks like we are set and ready to go. Sebastian Lopez behind the dish, and Brian Martinez pitching now for the Bisbee Pumas. And here comes Javier Ortega, first baseman, runners on first and second. More runners in scoring position for the Hayden Lobos. Dave, Todd Hammett did pull the wool over our eyes. Sebastian Lopez has been catching this whole inning.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, see? Nobody knew.
So who's on the mound? Is that
Brian Martinez.
Oh, boy. Hayden's in trouble. But Ortega, maybe their last hope, like Luke Skywalker.
That one just misses at the belt. 1-0 the count. 1 ball, no strike from Martinez to Ortega.
2 runners on with this confident hitter at the plate. If the Hayden Lobos are going to make a comeback, this is exactly the moment to do it. But
that one's going to be over.
But with Martinez on the mound, that is a tough ass. This kid is sharper than a Ginsu blade.
1 ball, 1 strike. And I was talking about it, Martinez, and noticeably more velocity, and he's always been a great control pitcher. Just adding that 10 miles an hour on your fastball can only help.
Oh.
What a breaking ball, but just misses. Too tall, 2-1 the count.
Oh, the crowd doesn't like it. Ortega likes it. The Lobos like it. Again, the way he's standing at the plate, I was expecting Ortega with a big knock. He just stands at the plate like a guy who's about to hit a ball in the left center.
That one's going to be thrown by him. 2-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
This may be the biggest pitch of the game here for the Hayden Lobos. Ortega has got to figure out how to keep this train going down the tracks. Because you don't want to go to 2 outs with Martinez on the mound and an out on any base. You don't want to do that because Martinez will figure it out. See if Ortega can keep the Lobos alive.
2 balls, 2 strikes. This one's down the middle, and the fastball overpowering. 2 outs in the inning. Great job from Brian Martinez. First hitter he faces sat down on strikes.
Martinez came up on the bump, warmed up a little bit, said to Ortega, "See ya!"
Paul Gaither now up for the Hayden Lobos, the 9-hole hitter. Oh, no, that's number 21. Who's number 21?
Oh, let's take a gander here. That's going to be Mario Hong.
Hong?
Hong. Like Hong Kong.
Appreciate
Beautiful
you.
pitch. Yeah, and unfortunately, time may be running out on the Lobos if Hong isn't able to get on base somehow. Only 3 outs after this for the Lobos.
First pitch over, first strike. The second one now. Martinez out of the stretch, inside corner, and there's that location from the Martinez Express. 0-2 the count.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say when we get to Goodyear, Arizona, we are going to see some Brian Martinez on the mound in the postseason. How do you not? 3-hit shutout against the Benson Bobcats.
It's tough to replace the state champion pitcher Jose Mendez, but I think the Pumas have more depth, like you said. Behind, two-seam fastball at the knee, strike 3. Brian Martinez comes in and shuts that rally down for the Hayden Lobos.
He is a nasty pedo, he is. Brian Martinez. Nasty.
2 batters hit face, Dave. 2 strikeouts for the Martinez Express.
Oh, goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. I was a little early on that, but that's fine. It was good innings. One last time, please allow me to thank our new sponsor, American Southwest Credit Union, with better rates and personalized service. Go to ascu.org. They are an equal opportunity lender.
Also, thank you to Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, SSVEC, serving our community.
Thank you to Sosi. Every play, every pass, every goal, with us every step of the way. Go to Sosi, that's SOSI.com to learn more.
Thank you for clarifying, because we used to say SOSI.
You clarified it in your last game. I was listening to you.
Oh, I thought you saw the video. Shout out Lisa Gustafson with Cool FM Live. Did a video with Sosi. I was like, oh my God, I was mortified. It's like I've been saying it wrong this whole time.
Nobody told us.
I put emphasis on the I too. SOSI.
It's SOSI. What do you?
Thank you as well to the Ed Morse Automotive Group. You can drive in today and experience the difference, because Cochise County is now backed by Ed Morse.
One last time tonight, thanks to Right Way, serving all of Cochise County, doing plumbing, heating, electrical, and cooling in the right way. Proud to support our sports broadcast, like our game of the year against the 1A defending state champs, against the 2A defending state champs. And again, Hayden Lobos, outside of 1 inning, they have shut down Bisbee. Like, they are the 1A state champs, and you can see it.
If you need a schedule to see houses, you can call the Sherry. I was trying to get that right. You can call the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty. Your real estate experts, serving our community, 717-599-2439.
Also, thank you to Ginger's Title Services of Sierra Vista, located at 999 East Fry Boulevard, the one with the pink door, now open Saturdays 9 to 2. So Darren Smith, one more time, has got to get through the Bisbee Pumas.
Is that the Blue Devils? I think that kid's wearing a Valley Union Blue Devils shirt.
Oh.
Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no, I'd say so. Yeah, one more time, Darren Smith's going to have to get to the Pumas to give his team one last chance. But that's going to be Hunter Wright, Javi Montiel, and Brian Martinez. It never gets any easier.
Brian Martinez is 1 for 1. He's having himself a game. I'll tell you what, if we could ever do player interviews for baseball, Brian Martinez be coming up here for his shine.
I will stick this mic through the fence.
Brian Martinez, a pickoff, a caught stealing behind the plate, then comes in, strikes out 2. 1 for 1 with 2 runs scored and a walk in this ball game. But right now we have Hunter Wright as he looks at that one low, 1-0 the count.
And like I said, Darren Smith, number 2 for the Lobos, has to one more time, has to go 1, 2, 3 and give them a shot.
That one's going to be inside, 2-0 the count.
That looked pretty saucy to me.
That was well inside, 2-0 the count.
It looked like a spicy meatball.
The 2-0 to right. He's going to right this one into left field, right at the left fielder, and he drops it. He just had a bad read on the ball, tried to adjust, and that's going to be out of his glove. So Hunter Wright rewarded for hitting that ball very hard.
You got to trust yourself if you're the left fielder. He had it. He made the play. He just didn't trust himself.
Well, you can see it, David.
Readjusted.
He jumped, and there might have been some extra curve on that ball. You never know. Javi Montiel coming up for the Pumas. But he jumped way inside and towards the gap, and the ball just tailed on him. So he had to try to jump and make a play, and unfortunately just read it wrong off the bat. Javi Montiel now is going to square up a bunt. That's going to be down right back to the pitcher. Not smart play there from Darren Smith. Just take the out. As they say, they're just giving it to you. Take it. No need to try to get fancy to go to second.
And Coach Todd trying to score a Tanya Sato insurance run here for the Bisbee Pumas, advancing that runner over to second. And here comes this game's MVP, the Martinez Express.
Brian Martinez again 1 for 1 in this ball game. A double, a stolen base, and a walk.
Got a good job, Brian Martinez. Nana K sees you.
Ooh, all right.
So Nana thinks you're doing good, Brian. Keep it up. Do this one for Nana, Brian.
Oh, Martinez squares around the butt. The ball's going to get away. And now a runner 90 feet away. Hunter Wright for the Bisbee Pumas. Like you said, Dave, another insurance run trying to take a 5-run lead at historic Warren Ballpark.
Yeah, it's about to be an E&J Puma party up here at Warren Ballpark.
1-0 the count after that one was inside.
Oh, it's almost springtime, so you can go back to E&J Party Rentals and get those water slides and all that, because it's about to be Arizona time, baby. Never that stupid cold.
Todd Hammond wants to talk to
I would call them.
wants to talk to the umpires as they converse. I wonder if they're going to try to get Hunter Wright to go back to third. I think they're trying to say maybe Martinez got hit with that one, but everyone's okay. We're just going to do this 1-0.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the conference was, but that's fine.
As long as we get it right. Todd Hammond wanted to inquire about something.
As long as you get it right quickly.
Like they
There
did.
are other referees that aren't able to such
They
things.
do it the right way, Dave, let me tell you.
Ha-ha.
1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Martinez is going to score. Oh, that's just not a great bunt. The sacrifice. Oh, the ball's going to get away. Hunter Wright's going to try to come home, and this sacrifice, albeit unconventionally, is going to work out for the Bisbee Pumas. An RBI suicide squeeze, if you want to call it that, for the Pumas. 6-1 now.
Oh, you know, and with small school baseball, it's the little things right there. The Hayden Lobos did everything right and then got a little greedy and brought in another run. So, just going to make it a little harder on themselves.
They got a little greedy, and when you look down, when you're the catcher, Hong, and you see no one covering third, just eat it.
Yeah. Like I said, they did everything right.
That one's going to catch the inside corner as Ryan Rutherford coming up, the designated hitter for the Pumas. He doesn't have an official at bat, 0 for 0 with 2 walks. Ooh, that one right in his face. 1-1 now.
I do like Darren Smith also working fast. Look how fast this kid works. Like, ball in the glove, gets a sign, let's do it.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Beautiful.
That one right on the inside corner, 1-2. So Darren Smith doing a much better job this time around against Ryan Rutherford, throwing a lot of strikes.
Well, there was no earned run on that play. That was an error. So no earned runs by Darren Smith today.
You're not wrong about that one. This one's going to be chopped down to third base. Takes a funny hop, and that's going to be a hit for Ryan Rutherford. Now reach base in all 3 of his at-bats, officially 1 for 1.
Third baseman saying, I'm not about to lose my sight, taking one in the eye.
Ivan Ibarra now up for the Bisbee. Is it Ivan Ibarra? I see a face mask.
That is
on
a
there.
Valley Union Blue Devil shirt. Yeah, it is.
No, that's Emilio Diaz-Lopez. Yeah, number 18, Emilio Diaz-Lopez now pitch hitting for Ivan Ibarra. Diaz-Lopez, notably, Dave, not just great in basketball, but really started to make a lot of game-altering plays during football season for the Bisbee Pumas.
Oh, yeah, he's been doing it a long time for Bisbee, so one of the ones that we are really going to miss when he's gone.
Lead off a first from Rutherford. That one's going to be low and inside. 1-0 the count.
Okay, a kid that we've been watching. This is our 3rd year now with Emilio Diaz-Lopez. So, again, one of our seniors that we're going to miss when he's not around here anymore. We want to be a part of high school athletics. Oh,
Diaz-Lopez slaps that one in the gap. That's going to get down. Do they cut it off in left field? They do, but it doesn't matter. Rutherford's going to test the arm in left field and go to third anyway. Balls does get away. Now Diaz-Lopez going to second, and he's going to be gunned down. That's going to be the inning. A base running error, and you can see the grief on the head coach, Todd Hammond, for the Bisbee Pumas.
Like similar to what Hayden, they did everything right, and then Diaz-Lopez got a little Scrooge McDuck on it, got greedy, and got himself thrown out. But Bisbee does get that Tanya Sato insurance run. Now 6-1, 3 outs left for the Hayden Lobos.
I'll tell you, I'm not even going to try to score that one. That one's the old 7-5. Ball got away from 5. 1-4 put out there for the Hayden Lobos to get themselves out of the inning.
Yeah, but unfortunately, they're going to have to try to score 5 runs off of the arm of the Martinez Express. So best of luck to you. And one last time tonight, thank you to Grasshopper Landscaping, quality from the ground up, serving all of Cochise County. You can find them on Facebook or give them a call at, I don't have the number.
What were you saying?
Grasshopper. 456.
Oh, no. It's
456-8945.
It's a new ad read. Visit them on Facebook or Google Grasshopper Landscaping. That's why you don't have it. Also, thank you to Barnett's Towing and Barnett's Propane, serving our community since 1963. One last time, I would like to thank the Copper Community Hospital of Cochise County. They have clinics in Bisbee, Hereford, and Douglas, providing the highest quality of services to outpatients and home health patients of all ages. Call them today at 520-432-6435. As always, folks, support the businesses that support your community. You love seeing your kids play baseball. Well, there's only one reason we're able to do that, and that's the amazing sponsors.
Big
Cool FM
facts. And again, the first day of spring officially here in Arizona. It was a gorgeous 76-degree day. We got to play some golf, and it's a perfect evening here at Warren Ballpark.
It's always great when you get to play golf and the wife lets you do it, let me tell you. So that's going to bring up the top of the lineup
I get to move out of the house. I got no problems.
That's going to bring up the top of the lineup. Jordan Rodriguez, Darren Smith, and Keno Lorona for the Hayden Lobos. They have 3 outs to gain 5 runs. First pitch home for Martinez at the belt. Did he go? Looked like he did. The appeal down. No. 1-0 the count. Both umpires okay with that one.
Okay. Yeah, the Lobo fans are okay with it. Bisbee fans not so much.
1 ball, no strikes. Top of the 7th inning just underway. Martinez, great pitch on the, yeah, I know, right? I still didn't move, and I don't know what. Look, I have.
There's a big old gap right there. Well, see, I have a hole in my net. That's how it almost killed me.
Yeah. That hole is where I set up our equipment because it's the easiest place to get in there. 1-1 the count now. Martinez sets and deals. Great breaking ball is going to catch the inside corner. 1-2.
Absolutely filthy, like Pigpen in the Peanuts.
This championship versus championship, 1A and 2A. Coming down to the 7th inning, the Bisbee Pumas currently with the lead 6-1. 2 strikes home to Rodriguez.
Gunned him.
Outside corner, knew it right away. Rodriguez hits down, and that's going to bring up new pitcher Darren Smith. Like you said, Dave, no earned runs. Is only responsible for a run during his tenure on the mound.
And again, if you're the Hayden Lobos, it was just 1 inning. It was the 2nd inning. That's all it was. 1 throwing error leads to 2 Bisbee base runners coming home. That's what I mean. You can't make mistakes when you play the champs. You just can't. It was 1 inning for the Hayden Lobos. Other than that, this has been a ridiculously competitive game.
Baseball typically comes down to 1 big inning. Great breaking ball from Martinez. It's going to be in the dirt, and Darren Smith does not offer at it. 1-0 the count.
And again, a huge. Well, not huge. There's a very large contingency of Hayden Lobos fans down here, so thank you guys for coming down here for giving us our game of the year.
Considering where they came from, there's a huge contingency of Hayden Lobo fans. Smith has got a beeline right for my car, and it falls harmlessly to the asphalt.
Did it? Sounded like I heard a dunk.
Yeah, because people, that's not a car thump. 1-1 the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out here in the top of the 7th.
Bisbee Pumas, again, defending state 2A champions, and they are right back on that choo-choo train, heading right back to Goodyear, Arizona. A couple of speed bumps left in their way, as in the Benson Bobcats, the Wilcox Cowboys, and the Tombstone Yellow Jackets, but the Bisbee Pumas are heading back to Goodyear.
That one's going to be on the outside corner, fouled away, 1-2 the count. Bisbee and Tombstone yet to play, even though they were in the same baseball tournament.
They save them for last. I guarantee that Bisbee and Tombstone are the last game of the year in Tombstone.
I hope so. I cannot wait for that game. One more time, Bisbee versus Tombstone. The 1-2 home. Great breaking ball. Brian Martinez has come in and faced 4 hitters and struck out all 4 of them.
Oh, he is so nasty.
Keno Lorona up now for the Hayden Lobos.
And there goes Jeremy Rhodes with the Little John out of the dugout. Yeah! What?
Shout out Coach Jerem, JV coach for the Bisbee Pumas. Shout out Emilio Mendez, assistant JV coach for the Bisbee Pumas.
And thanks to all of you folks for joining us here tonight at Warren Ballpark on Cool FM.
That one does hit Keno Lorona, and he's going to shake that off. Thankfully, it sounded like it hit an arm or a bicep.
Yeah.
That's going to be the first chink in the armor of Brian Martinez. 1 pitch, and now a runner on first. Can Matthew Armonte continue this momentum for the Hayden Lobos?
All right, Lobos, put your rally caps on. Flip them inside out because you got to score 5 runs and 1 out.
Secretly, I might have mine on. I like to see extra baseball. I don't mind if this goes 15 innings. I love baseball.
I told him, actually, Junior got mad at me because I told the Hayden coach, Coach Lorona, I was like, I want to give our boys a beating. He's like, what did you say?
Told you, you're just not making friends anymore, brother. That one's going to be low and away. 1-0 for Martinez. Between the show, well, only on the show, I guess is what happened. You are not making friends around coaches.
How much I love my Bisbee Pumas, but man, oh man, it's hard finding competition for them. We brought down the 1A state champs.
Nobody holding the runner on first, and
beautiful.
No desire to go. This is a ball into the gap. Can Anderson get to it? Yes! Cam Anderson, the sophomore for the Bisbee Pumas, puts that one away. And the 2A state champs are victorious over the 1A state champs. The Bisbee Pumas 6-1 over the Hayden Lobos.
I don't care what the scoreboard says with that 6-1. What an incredibly competitive game that we had here.
Absolutely.
Coach Lerona, the legend, coming down here and bringing his boys down here to take on the Bisbee Pumas. And they look good. But here we go, my favorite part of the game. All we do is win, 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 no matter what. Bisbee on my mind and I never get enough.
Is that Dylan Mitchell? It looks like Dylan Mitchell. Either which way, there we go, folks. 6-1 your final score. Bisbee Pumas starting to put it together now. Offensively, you know they wanted to get back on track, and it looks like with the 10 runs against Valley Union and the 6 runs against the Hayden Lobos, they're doing just that, Dave.
Yeah, Bisbee Pumas right on track for Goodyear, Arizona, but then again, so are the Hayden Lobos. They'll be right back in the postseason as well. So thanks everybody that joined us tonight for this awesome game, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow. You never know. Maybe you can guilt trip a co-broadcaster of mine to come out. The Billington Colts are at home. The Douglas Bulldogs are at home. Douglas Lady Bulldogs starting their softball tournament. The Tombstone Yellow Jackets are at home. Message Cool FM Live and try to get someone else for the broadcast. Unfortunately, I was the one that had scheduled the game, and I can't be there. I'll be in Mesa, Arizona. But thank you, everyone, for joining us one more time. For Dave Davies, Dan the Man Powers behind the graphics, and our Cochise County Game of the Week. I am Paul Porter, and we will see you next time.